Fellows, if you're new to this voice channel, I am streaming this voice channel on Twitch and YouTube, so if you say something, just be aware you're being streamed. Okay, alright. Why do you not like pie? Why would I not like pie? Pie's a fucking cutie. Bro, he's spreading fake news, dude. I love pie. Pie is such a cutie. Why would I not like pie? Bro, I'm gonna expose you. Bro, I'll expose you. Fucking dude.
How can you not like pie?
Yeah, Pie's such a nice dude. I was literally the one that came up with the phrase head pats for pie cats. That's literally my catchphrase. And you would dare insinuate that I don't like pie. Unbelievable. This is what I have so far. Could you give me some feedback? Okay. It's garb. No, I'm kidding. You're in the US, right? Hold on. Fuck. Heck. Frick. Wait, Matthew, are you in the US? What is your channel name? If you click on my Discord profile, it should say I'm streaming. But let me know if you don't see it. Would a P400A digital work for my build? Yeah, first Matthew, you're in the US, right? Just making sure.
Yes, I'm in the US.
Okay. That sounds like fucking Phase X. Okay. Let's take a look here.
Nah, he hasn't been on in a while.
Alright. Alright, mister. Let me, let's see what Z390 boards are available, actually. Let's see. These are pretty shitty prices for Z390 boards, if that's actually the cheapest Wi-Fi one. That would be very sad. I would be very sad. You can get like the Tough Plus, honestly. Wow, the Z390i Aorus Pro Wi-Fi is actually really cheap. Yeah, you can get the Tough Plus for like a 9600K. Or you can get like a UD and add a Wi-Fi adapter, but that's a little too much min-maxing, I think. So yeah. And then this RAM is fine. I mean, are you interested in RAM overclocking? Wait, this is for your friend, right? Is your friend interested in overclocking? I doubt it. Yeah, okay, we're not gonna get this. Not gonna get this this WAM then. We're gonna get different WAM. What shall we get here? Let's get some fuck I keep smacking the mic with my face. Alright, let's get some of this. Did he go silent or did my phone take a shit? Your phone took a shit. Unless I actually did go silent. Is my internet taking a shit? No, my internet's fine. Okay, never mind. And then I'll change this power supply as well. Let's see what's available. What do we got? Give me a second. I suppose B5 would work here, but eh. What's up, Magacho? Oh, there's Fantex amp for 100 flat. You know what? We take those. We take those, as they say. I will dig through the MF scans and find you slandering Pi. I barely talk about Pi in the server, so good luck. Good luck, Lamau. Alright. P400A is a bit of a weird choice here. Not gonna lie. I'm gonna change that to like a Neo Air. Alright. We're gonna change that to a Neo Air real quick. And ba-boom. We're done. Babango. We're done. Yeah, P400A digital will be fine, but it's $100 or $90. It's kind of more than you need to spend. Why are there stars for some parts? Because I saved some of them. I think they're special. Actually, I haven't updated that in a while, so maybe like Don't trust those. Okay, hold on. I gotta eat a big chip here.
Mega crunch.
This one's really crunchy, yeah. Mmm.
You're making me want to get Pringles now, buddy.
Oh yeah, that's the good stuff.
Texas barbecue. Oh.
Hey Aegis, can you make me a list? I needed it today. And I already have a 3070 and power supply. My budget is 1500 and I'll fill out the form. Alright, sounds good. Yep, send me the form and I'll take a look. Hi. You put together a list with the 10100F and a 2060 for me. I'm struggling to find a monitor to fit the build. Can you help me out? Yeah, what country are you from? This is my basic build if you want to fix this. Okay. Oh fuck. Oops. Sorry. I'm being a klutz. When Aegis diss track? Diss track on who? On myself? Hold on. I don't know. Is the G305 a good budget mouse? Yeah, it's fine. Who do you dislike? I don't like Left Skull. Guy's kind of smelly. We should write a diss track on him. Yep. I think we can agree on that. That's right. Yeah, G305 is like a mod-friendly, pretty good wireless mouse for a low price. Message link spread the vote.
Yeah, he's taking advantage of your streaming, isn't he, really?
Oh my god. Alright, let me take a look at your list. Yeah, this list is very questionable. Mr. MR, Mr. Yeah, I'd probably choose many different parts that are not on this list. So is it a really dumb thing to buy ultra wide for now? No, you can always go overkill on your monitor. It's not a big deal. I mean, well, in this case, it's not a big deal. It's on Best Buy for $39. Yeah, I heard. Yeah, BXH is also quite cheap right now. Basilisk X Hyperspeed. So it depends on what shape you want. You want egg shape, you go G305. You want G502 shape, you go BXH. I just did 3600X because it's the cheapest 3600 right now. No, you should be going 10400 then instead. It's like way cheaper. You live in the UK? Alright. Let me send you a monitor. Let's see what's on sale. Well, let's see what is
What size?
low in price.
What resolution?
I think he's doing like 1080p. Hold on.
There's an AOC that's really good price at the moment on Amazon.
Whoa, look at that. PX247 is 150.
Yeah, but fuck support.
Bro, this is poggers. You should get this. This is poggers. I mean, the stand looks like shit, but if you don't care about the stand, this is pretty poggers. This is a good price. So, yeah, consider this. If you want a better stand than like XG2405, 24G2, yeah, these are both good. So, there you go. If you're an ergonomic
if you want
type
actual
individual.
warranty, get the 24G2.
Can anyone hit me with a Discord invite? Yeah, sure.
Read the rules channel. Are you reading stream chat?
Yeah.
Lame.
Or he could get a stand. Yeah, but that would cost way more than like the $20 difference here, so definitely not. Okay, I'll look at your list. Yeah, this is pretty questionable. We'll talk about it. Pretty questionable. All right, let's just run it through. Let's just run it through. I mean, you might not care about the stand, but like, what if it's not at the right angle for you? Like when you, what if it's not the right height for you when you like unbox it, right? Like, I'm not saying like you want to be like the type to like adjust it constantly, but like, you know, some people need that shit if you have like a weird desk height or something.
You know you don't have a delay on your YouTube stream.
You have 3 dislikes on YouTube? Yeah, they're all left skull and his alts.
Wrong with Nvenk, Ben?
They're not.
Ben?
What's wrong with what?
Nvenk.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Didn't using GPU to stream?
No, nothing.
I said he's got no delay on his stream. His
Oh,
YouTube
right, okay,
stream is live.
My YouTube stream, I hope it's not live. I have a 10-second. I should have a 10-second.
Test.
It should be 10 seconds. Unless OBS is memeing on me, in which case that would be bad. Bro, why are you rating my YouTube stream? What are you doing? SMH.
Yeah, it seems like a 10-second delay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a
you're
10-second
good.
delay. I got it wrong. Ignore me. When I first loaded it, it didn't.
All right, I'm gonna run this through really quickly. So 5600X sucks for 350 euros. Don't get a B550 board for like 190 euros. That's also pretty awful. You should be spending like around 100, 120 euros for a motherboard on most Ryzen CPUs anyways. 32 gigs of RAM. It's justifiable, but not for this price. Yeah, if you're getting 32 gigs of RAM, if you need that much RAM, that's cool, but definitely not for this price. 1+2 is fine if you need like, you know, more than 1 terabyte of space. You need like 2 to 3 terabytes. This is good. That's fine. A2000 is a good drive in a vacuum, but you know, let's see how much other drives cost in France. Hold on, I'm typing with one hand right now. I have fucking greasy fingers in the other hand. Fucking, I'm a fucking mess, bro. Okay.
No worries, it's a tough month.
A2000 is cool. Yeah, for that, like with this competition surrounding it, I think A2000 is fine. So I think this is the first truly non-questionable decision in this list. 3080 Founders, don't recommend the Founders. I would go, you know, tough for the Win 3, XE3, stuff like that instead. P400A Digital is certainly not worth $120. It's a nice case, but it's not worth, sorry, 120 euros. Yeah, definitely not. Whisper M for this price, I see being pretty good. I could check if it's actually pretty good, but that seems like a pretty good price for it. 27-inch 1080p secondary, I don't really agree with, but you know, it's personal preference.
Hey, that's what I do.
If you want 27/27, you want to match up your 2 monitors, that's fine. And XV272U.
It's a really bad idea. If you have a 27-inch 4040p monitor, you do not want a 27-inch 1080p side monitor.
Well, that's what he's doing. Yeah, that's what he's doing. That's why I'm telling him out for it.
That's what I have, and don't do it.
XV272U
will drive you fucking
is
bonkers.
fine, but 380 is I think you can do better than this in France. Cloud 2s, I mean, if you really want a headset, that's fine, I guess. I mean, obviously I prefer headphones plus mic, but if you had to pick a headset and you had to go for like a mainstream brand, I guess Cloud 2s are fine. I don't know if you're... Can't comment on the mouse pad. I don't know if it's good. So I probably wouldn't recommend it, but it's pretty cheap. So if you want to try it out, go for it. I mean, it's Amazon anyway, so if it turns out to be shit, you can return it. G502 Hero, I don't recommend this anymore, certainly not. Metallic Gear Skiron, the Skiron fan. From what I know, this is at least decent, and I have actually one of those fans here that I'm gonna test sometime in the next few months, but for now I can't really comment on that. Besides that, 13 euros for an RGB fan, 120mm PWM, and it's decent. It's probably acceptable, so whatever. And finally, Apex 7 TKL. If you're gonna spend this much on a keyboard, you definitely may as well go for like an enthusiast level mechanical keyboard, whatever that means. So, yeah. Hook tripped up. How do I hook him up? What do I hook him up with? Okay. Ben sounds more like a mod than you do. I mean, yeah.
Hey, what's up?
There's a reason. There's a reason for that, okay? There's a reason. Is it possible that someone can help with a build? Yeah, Polar, I can help you with a build if it's like super urgent, but
Is the reason I'm a cynical bastard.
No, it's because you're a grown ass man, and in this wonderful good cop bad cop dynamic that we have, I have to play the carrot. You know, you're the stick, I'm the carrot. Okay. All right. So yeah, Polar. If this is not super urgent, I would come back in at least a week. Yeah.
What are you guys up to?
Can someone chat the link for Aegis' survey? I don't have a survey. That might be a good idea though, because
No.
my Twitch stream is not moderated by the Discord, so that might be a good idea actually. It's not a survey, but I can send you a link to like the image. V6, I think it is. Yeah. Yeah, that's the image there. Oh, what's up, Grave Mistake? Is that my boy Grave Mistake from PCMR? What are you doing over here? How did you even find my stream? What are your thoughts on the Viper Mini? It is good.
Wow, don't do that.
Was that too loud?
Yes.
I'm sorry. It is good. It is good. I didn't know you streamed this stuff. Well, yeah, I was like, I may as well, you know, I'm bored. And, got nothing better to do. So, I'm streaming. Minecraft IP he wants to raid? Don't do it. Don't do it.
Do it.
When are you buying? I'm buying tomorrow. My budget is 1500. Is that 1500 including your 3070? Yeah, like what's up with that? What's up with that, my guy? Okay, buddy. Oh, that's crunchy. That's really crunchy.
How many bags of chips do you even have, man?
It's one. It's not. This is like half a bag of chips, dude.
It's one never-ending bag of chips.
It's a giant sharing bag for like 20 people.
I think it's like a medium-sized bag of chips, and I poured out like half of it over here because I'm streaming and I'm bored, so I'm eating, you know?
And I'm not actually been counting, but you've eaten at least 30 separate chips.
Yep, probably. I mean, some of them are pretty small, so you know. Alright, this is just me rationalizing me being a fat ass. I'm not actually fat. I'm a fucking stick. I need to
Yes,
like
you are.
put on some thickness.
Dude, you're gonna put on weight not in your arms, but on your stomach.
It's fine, dude. It's fine, bro. I'm in it for the gains. You know, bigger
long
number
as you
better.
don't
You know what they say. You know
True.
what they say,
I'm
my
so
guy.
glad I don't have that problem.
Should I buy a used 1080 Ti for 365 if it's in good condition? No. No,
Definitely
sir.
not. That's my card.
No, sir, you should not. He's an SSD nut? Dude, I'm nutty in general. Not just by SSDs. I'm an everything nut. Okay?
Your bag of crisps is in voice chat text.
Oh
Is that
god.
the size of your bag at scale, Aegis?
Unbelievable. Is it? Oh yeah, that's the bag I'm eating from right now. I'm actually streaming from the inside of that bag right now. I'm actually sitting inside of it. Yeah.
How would you get Wi-Fi in that foil bag?
You know what? I have an access point directly above, you know, at the opening. That's also where my oxygen comes in from. I've never heard of you, Grave Mistake. He's just a dude from PCMR. What about a new and sealed 2080 Ti for 550? No, sir. No, siree. Oh, new and sealed actually. Maybe to flip, but I don't think it's worth the effort. Yeah, I don't think it's worth the effort. Oh my god. Oh, that's a crispy one. That's a real crispy one. Don't listen to Aegis, he has patience, you don't. I literally told him it's probably not worth the effort. Okay, that's my recommendation. Alright? It's not worth it. Like, I wouldn't do that if I were you. Like, even I wouldn't do that. Unless you're fucking playing Godfall at 1080p, which I hope you're not, because Godfall is a fucking weird game. No, seriously, if Godfall has the 2080 Ti beating the 3080 at 1080p for some reason, it's kind of stupid.
Ping me if you decide to fuck your power supply. I'm leaving.
Okay, alright, cool.
Catch you later.
Bye, Ben.
We want a build showcase picture as soon as you blow up or something.
Of course, yep. I'm not an expert in anything really, but I do have common sense. Well, you know what they say,
Hold
common
on.
sense ain't common, so you're already above the rest.
Oh, this guy's back.
Can you recommend a GPU for my system? Okay. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna take a look.
Hello?
You already have all this
Hello?
stuff? Honestly, you could basically put any GPU into the system, but given how much you've spent on the rest of it, I would say at least EVGA 2060 and then step up to 3060, or get a 3070 or a 3080, or wait for one of the new AMD GPUs. Either way, I would at least wait for one of the new AMD GPUs. Like, I would see how they turn out at least, because they're definitely a possible option here. Yeah.
Hello?
Hi.
My Windows 10 is not working.
Oh my god. Alright, Matt guy. You gotta go to the troubleshooting channel. You gotta do it.
Oh,
You gotta do it, man.
I'm going. Let's see if anyone. I'm in.
God.
What are your thoughts on EVGA step-up program? Powerful, large, thick, pleasant, good, nice, and cool. Those are words I would use to describe the EVGA step-up program. How long should I wait? I mean, reviews are coming out tomorrow, so you don't have that long to wait. I don't know if these things will sell like hotcakes. We'll see what happens. I mean, they probably will, but I don't recommend trying to get one on launch day, so maybe wait like a week or two for them to kind of trickle back into the market. And that's assuming they sell out immediately. If they don't sell out immediately and, reviews are good, drivers appear stable, and we've established that, the models that are available are viable in terms of cooling, then you pick that up and you're like, wow, poggers. Even if you don't like RDNA2, it will help reduce demand for Ampere and make it easier to get one if you want that. Yeah, that's true too. So 1500 includes the 3070. So when you say that I don't have to include the 3070 in the 1500, I'm kind of confused. So is your actual budget that remains like 850 then? I'm kind of confused. Mr. Whiffley. And in the meantime, this channel is basically half empty, so I'm gonna stuff it full again. Hooray! That was very unenthusiastic. Okay. Hold on. I am stuffing people into this channel as fast as possible. I'm gonna grab an UVGA 38 hybrid and get a non-hybrid. I'm gonna grab an upgrade kit. Why would you do that? Abhijit Sharma, what's up, dude?
La legendaria con mi amigo Juan. ¿Leñado?
All right, caught him in the act.
How did that last? How long did that last? About
I
3 seconds?
didn't even know. I thought it was normal, so I didn't mute him yet. And then he started screaming, and I was like, "Yep, had to cut that off." Wait, hold on. Let me check what his username was.
I think if Ben was in here, that'd have been muted in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, it was like
max.
Colo Lindo, I think. Okay, so some of the mods have asked me to be a little bit more descriptive. Instead of saying VC spam, I'll say VC ear rape. I think that's descriptive enough. Okay, it was ear rape. Where can I check reviews for RDNA 2? all the
You
major
can't.
review outlets. Hardware Unbox, Tech Power Up, Gamers Nexus, and Antech. Whatever suits your fancy. Those are usually my 4 primary sources.
I've just tried to start with Windows 10 and the screen is tearing.
I hear the 3060 Ti coming out on December 2nd for 400. Not officially announced yet. I have my doubts. And if that's a card, if they're seriously coming out with a card on December 2nd, that is very soon. It would have been announced already. Yeah. Will the 3070 still be worth the extra 100? You can't just ask me whether a card that currently doesn't exist is going to be more worth compared to a card that does. Like, I don't know. I'm not even sure if that card exists, like, at all right now in any planning. Sorry, your voice cut off. Can you repeat again? Sorry. An Antech, Tech Power Up, Hardware Unboxed, Gamers Nexus. Those are some good sources. You know, just the usual mainstream tech outlets.
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa. Blacknet, I don't like your list.
Copy pasting my request here from Aegis. Anyone willing to help me finish the build? GPU is going to be a 1600 XT. So before I look at your list, because your list contains a part that, you know, doesn't exist right now, I don't know if the 6800 XT is going to be the right option. I don't know if the 3080 is going to be the right option. Or for your use case, it might not be either. So I don't know. But let's take a look at your list. Yeah, that's pretty questionable list. Okay. I'm assuming this is for gaming. And if this is for gaming, 1500X just immediately ruled out. D15 also unnecessary here. I don't know why you're getting a 4x8 kit. 32 gigs of RAM, that's like over 2 times the cost of essentially equivalent spec RAM. So that's also a no-no. RMA50 is fine, but there's like the Rev DF
No,
for like
bad.
130.
Bad.
Look, it's a fine unit, just too expensive. Okay, that's all I
more
was saying.
expensive than the RMX, so.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Okay, don't be dumb. And the G7 is acceptable, but yeah, it's
Expensive.
acceptable. I'll leave it at that. It's fine. Do you work on ML/AI projects? Not personally, but I've done enough digging around to know what hardware is suitable for it. My budget was 1500, then so 850 left for the other parts. You're streaming early today? Yeah, so basically I just like didn't sleep, so yeah. What was the most interesting computer project you worked on? I don't think there's a single most interesting. I mean, I've had people approach me with extremely high budgets before, but I don't have anything like particularly interesting that stands out above everything else. Sorry for the loud chips. Chips are just so fucking good, dude. Also, if you're new to this voice channel and you choose to talk, just be aware I am streaming this voice call on Twitch and YouTube, so just like be aware of that. Or whatever. Okay. Due to the Revolution DF, this is true. These are facts and logic. Alright, Whiffly. I'll make you a list. Let's do it. Let's get it. Let's get this bread.
Let's do it. Let's
do it. Let's do it. Alright. So, 10400F. Actually significantly discounted over the 10400. Pretty good. Looking pretty poggers. Okay, hold on. Let me read your form. Any peripherals included? So I'm assuming no Wi-Fi as well. So we're gonna... Oh, the Wi-Fi board's like $5 more. We're gonna go for the Wi-Fi board. It's $5, whatever. Who knows? Maybe one day you'll need Wi-Fi. Someday.
What did you put up? Just post.
Where?
Back discussion.
Is it something cursed?
I guess.
Oh fuck, I put Oloy. I gave the man Oloy. This was a mistake. Z1.
Oh.
Rectify the situation. Look,
But then
Oloy is fine,
it-
but like for $1 less than, you know, a more established
Just-
brand.
Are you going by customer service? No.
I am. Okay. Because in the off chance that your RAM is bad, you know, get that shit replaced. Easily. Easily. Oh my god, Crucial P1 for $84? Helix L for $87? I'm going P1. Fuck the haters. We're going P1.
Oh.
I don't give a
Here come
shit.
The parrots.
God.
I don't give a shit or fuck. Or shit. Did I mention I don't give a shit? That's right.
Didn't you just say like less than an hour ago that P1 would die within like 10 minutes of being used anyway?
What? No, that's Ben. Not me. Don't say that.
Are you sure?
No, that's definitely Ben. I don't say that. You'll if you listen to me enough, you'll find that it's very rare that I talk about like failure rates or like fear mongering on just like early failure and stuff like that. 'Cause
Yeah.
usually people who talk about this stuff, they don't have enough data to support their evidence because that data just doesn't exist. I wish it did, but it doesn't. So yeah. Because I took statistics, guys. I took AP statistics and I got a 5, okay? That means I'm smart. Okay, that means I'm a real scientist now. Everyone recommended 650 watts when I first built my PC like 4 to 5 months ago, so I'm stuck with the 650 watts. Not a big deal. 650 watts can handle like almost every CPU and GPU combination that's relevant on the market today. Even a 3080, you can undervolt your 3080. If your 650 watt unit's good, you'll be fine. Especially if you're like with a Ryzen CPU. If you have like a 10900K, that's probably a problem. But like, you know, you're fine. You are fine. Okay. Right, back to making this list. I'm a silly goose. What was I doing? Power supply, you said it was like $100? I don't know what you bought, but let's pretend you bought an amp. So, it would make me happy if we pretended that you bought an amp. Video card, let's do 3070. Let's pick one that's hopefully 500. None of these are 500. Okay. I will edit it so it says 500. To make myself happy. And a case, what shall we do for the case? Why did I just do that? Okay. What shall we do for the case? Oh, I just realized why my my PC is so loud now. So, I was pissed before. I kept crashing in Overwatch. So like I just reset my BIOS to complete stock so it wouldn't keep tripping my power supply. And that also resets the fan curve. So that's why my shit's loud now. I just realized that.
I had all that crashing in Overwatch, but I got my memory dialed in a little bit higher. So I
have big
underclocked it a little
news.
bit and the crashing went away.
Yee.
5,800X drop on Amazon, guys. Be on the watch out. Today is your only daily drop in motherloads.
I don't know what case to give this guy, honestly. Maybe I'll do Focus G. Yeah, I'll do Focus G and we'll pretend you don't care about aesthetics. So we'll do Focus G. Okay? Okay. Actually no, let's see if this is legit on Amazon. It's probably not.
Hey Sonic?
Oh, fuck you, PC part picker. God damn it.
Wait, question to everyone. So, anyone in search of the 3080? Because there have not been one, and I mean one 3080 drop today, which is a little suspicious.
Okay.
Do you guys predict tomorrow they're gonna drop
Dude,
motherload?
why would any of us know when 3080s are gonna drop?
No. I'm just saying prediction wise. You know,
How would that help you though? Like, we don't have anything to base a prediction off of.
Yeah, I don't know if I should keep my phone in my back pocket at work or leave it.
Bro, it sounds like you just, dude, you're suffering from what everybody else is suffering from, and it's.
Oh no, I caught the CPU
being horny for a new graphics card. So
after
what you
7
should
months
do
of waiting without a PC
is if you want a 3080, you should just like chill, wait, go to like some of the stock drops discords and just chill there, and take your time, try and get one. But asking people to predict when exactly they're gonna drop is not gonna help you. So
you know what's funny? I've been doing that for the past people. I've gone in my car 8 times total with different GPUs. 3 times for the EVGA Ultimate one. And
all right,
you want to check out Amazon and freaking Newegg.
all right, chat. You hear this? This is what you don't want to be. This is where you don't want to be.
No, chat,
Chat,
whatever.
you hear this? This
chat,
is where
just
you don't
shut
want to
down.
be.
No,
You don't want to end up here, chat.
no. Tomorrow, I'm forewarning you guys. Best Buy, all these other stores, they're gonna drop AMD cards. The website's gonna be fully freaking broken.
All right, Whiffly.
That's your
This is way less than 1500, but it's like good. So spend the rest on peripherals or some shit, okay? Here.
Did he just come in here and ask for a prediction and then predict before we could predict?
Yeah, he did our work for us. I appreciate that. I respect the hustle. He's got initiative. I ended up impulse buying a 3070. I'm ashamed of you. Grave mistake. You've made a grave mistake.
And we're back to the crunching.
I crunch in between breaks. I refuel after every build. Yo, Aegis, a friend who's buying this PC, and he's asking if it's worth it waiting till Cyber Monday for prices to go down, or if you just buy the 20th. Well, first of all, this PC is not very good, so I would not wait to buy this on the 20th. Notably, the second half, actually no, the first half has problems too. Yeah, the motherboard, that I would change. B460M Pro 4 is not worth 91. I changed the SSD, I changed the GPU, I changed the case. So I changed like half this list, but the changes are not super drastic. Like, this isn't awful. Like, I'd give this list like a 2 out of 7 leaning 3 or something. Like, it's not bad. But yeah, if you are to plan on buying a list, I would not wait for Cyber Monday. I would wait for maybe a couple days before Black Friday, so like a week from now. That would be a good time to buy. Because right now it looks like sales are ramping up a little bit. You know, we're getting some better sales right now, but
SSD prices.
a week from now, you know, AMD's cards will be out, reviews will be out, we'll be happy campers. Use the leftover budget for a better drive and a 5800 XT and a 5600 XT. The 5800 XT doesn't even exist. Wait, I'm so confused. What? Wait, I'm really confused. What? I just really want a 38 and go dual red. Yeah, dude. Go fucking ham. He's going in. He's popping off. He's popping the fuck off. Any other good QHD 240Hz monitor? No. That's why I didn't really protest, because it's literally the only option. How many computer have you ever built? I don't know anymore. I don't know the number anymore. Like at some point you just stop counting and you're just like, well, I guess this is my life now. Hold on. Gotta crunch a little bit here. Okay, I'm good. I mean 5600X or whatever. Honestly, with the 10400F being $150, 5600X is looking like a very niche use case. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. 5600X is essentially a drop-in replacement for the 10600K. It's just a better value 10600K. So like, anytime you would use the 10600K in a build, you can basically just replace it with the 5600X at this point. But the 10600K was rare. Like, me recommending it to people was kind of rare. So that's not going to change. You know, it being AMD doesn't change things. It's still an expensive product that's not really worth it from a pure value perspective. Do you build PCs regularly? Not anymore. Mostly because of COVID, and also because I can't be asked to, and I prefer doing this. So, yeah.
I don't have that problem. I'm still getting PC builds all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I do builds occasionally. Like I did one last week, but I don't do them as anywhere near as often as I used to.
A lot of kids wanting computers for Christmas and things like that. That's all I'm getting.
5600X would be better. A Z490 and a cooler adds up. Yeah, I know. I mean, I did the math on stream like a couple streams ago, and it's like 5600X ends up being slightly cheaper, ever so slightly cheaper. It's like $10 or $15 cheaper, and it's like, that's why I'm like, yeah, it's a 10600K drop in. Like, it being AMD, like, you think it'd be a lot cheaper, but it's not actually that much cheaper. Because A, you're forced to go B550, which raises your board cost by like $20 to $30 for like an equivalent. and B, it's $300, and the 10600K is no longer $300. It's gone down in price. And then C, you know, the cooler for the 10600K can be like $25, so it's not as big of a deal as a lot of people think. Do you build for clients or just a hobby? Well, I definitely can't afford to just build as a hobby to the point where I don't know how many builds I've done at this point, so definitely not just as a hobby. But yeah, I used to build for clients. I guess I build as a hobby sometimes when it's like my own builds, but typically it's for it was for clients. It still is for clients, I guess, but it's just not as often. PC in a 3D printed board case? That sounds pretty pog. That sounds pretty poggers. Wait for the 11600K? Sure. Sure, dude. Here's my question. Is Intel going to cut the i9 next gen? Or are they going to make the i9 8-core? Because if they make the i9 8-core, people are going to complain. But if they cut the i9, people are going to complain. So they're kind of fucked both ways. I don't know what they're going to do. That is a big question mark. Big question mark. Okay, let me keep reading here. I go away for 2 seconds and then Aegis abducts more people. I mean, yeah, I mean, we're lonely, okay? I'm lonely. I need social interaction, and or else I'll be sad. So, yeah. Okay. Oh god, my throat. It's fucked. Will a Hyper 212 black be enough for a 5900X? Yeah. Thank you, teaandbadtemper, for the follow. I love that name. That's a good name. Just your average Brit. Tea and a bad temper. 1660 Super with 10400F or 2060 with 10100. Typically you shouldn't be upgrading from a 10100 platform until you reach like mid-range GPUs or mid-high range GPUs. So I'd say the latter. Yeah, in almost all circumstances, the latter. Be careful what you say about the P1. People are gonna hate so hard, lol. Yeah, some people are cringe, as they say. Look, I fought the 660p/P1 battle long before it was cool to do so. Okay, all right, long before people defended that drive. I defended that drive's namesake. Okay, I had a literal like 2-hour-long argument in the Suggest a Laptop server against prejudiced laptop enthusiasts. Okay, and you know, P1, I got the P1s back, dude. I got their back. Oh, thank you, Grave Mistake, for the follow as well. Do you actually help people in troubleshooting? Or do people actually help in troubleshooting? Or are we just sending them to an empty void? I don't know, because I never bother to find out. You think I want to go look at troubleshooting? Dude.
I do sometimes.
It's cursed. The channel is cursed. If you think this is bad, just like wait till you see troubleshooting. If you think build help is repetitive, build help, okay, troubleshooting is like build help, except the meta never changes. There's no freshness. There's no, oh, there's new parts coming out. It's just the same shit over and over again. It's like, dude, reset your CMOS, reset your CMOS, reset your CMOS. It's like at some point, it's like you don't want to do it anymore. You don't want to live anymore. Okay, I tried doing troubleshooting for a very short amount of time, and I was like, Chief, this ain't it. I have data to support my wear leveling claims. Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. Is it too early for you to make me a list? Yep. I would say come back in like a week. And if you can, come back in a couple weeks. In like, you know, December. Holiday sales. That would be even better. But if you can't wait, if you can't wait at all, then I would say wait at least a week, you know.
Why did you stream early today?
Because I have a horrendous sleep schedule, and I promised a certain someone that I would wake up at a certain time, and I completely just forgot about that. And
You don't like wake up like 5 minutes before and just like this stream.
Is they just looking at this chat or Twitch chat? I'm looking at both. I have two eyes and I'm reading both at the same time because I'm a huge brain individual, okay? Definitely. How do you get into PC building for clients? My dad owns like a repair / computer thing shop thing. He doesn't sell compute. I don't know actually how it works. He just does like tech repair and stuff. So like sometimes people are like, "Yo, can you build me a PC?" And he's like, "Okay." And I'm like, "Okay." And I basically just do all the work. Yeah. Okay. Pull me, dude. I pulled you. I saw you. I actually didn't even see that message. I just pulled you because I was like, oh, he's in the other channel. It was a Prime sub, which I had to spare. Tempted to jump into the VC. Go for it, dude. Even if it's full, just if I see you in another channel, I'll pull you in. I'm in the call, LOL. I'm called Colink Citadel Mesh. Oh my god, were you one of the ones doing the meme with like all the people with like the different like PC parts? Somebody sent me a picture of you guys doing that meme. Like there was like a Corsair LO20 and a Corsair LO140. That was great. That was actually pretty funny.
I was the Antec Prism.
That's great. No, that's actually like unique name trolling. I actually really like that. That was good. All right, stream Overwatch? No. First of all, my 3400G would literally commit suicide if I tried to stream Overwatch. And second, I don't want you guys to see me just throw in like bronze MMR games. So no thanks. You what, dickhead? Is that supposed to say dickhead? What'd I do to you, Ashley? Huh? What'd I do? What is it this time? Why is it that the entire range of 5800X to 5950X are rated for 105 watt TDP across the board? Because surprisingly enough, those CPUs don't actually stray that far from that TDP. And also, TDP is supposed to be a thermal rating and not a power consumption rating. It's not a power target, even though those CPUs do tend to actually land somewhere around near that power target.
Yeah. Aren't Ryzen CPUs usually pretty good at staying close to those?
Yeah, they are. So I did mention they do tend to stay pretty close to those, but just be aware, TDP is not a power target. It's a thermal, thermal guide. It's a sort of thermal guide. It's supposed to guide cooler selection, basically. Even in that, it's not accurate. It's not accurate for that either. Some people, they sometimes wonder, like, why did the 3950X draw even less power than, like, the 3700X in some instances? Higher bin chiplets do have better efficiency, okay? So that's also something to consider. And it is big enough to make up for the difference between core counts, which is kind of shocking, but that is the truth. Why do I have 13 pings in this server? Where are they coming from? Oh, okay, never mind. I was like, what the fuck just happened? Thanks for the subs, Grave Mistake, and teaandbadtemper.
Yeah, I have a Prime sub, I just never end up using it. Might as well.
If there's one thing I like about Amazon Prime, that's pretty cool. You can just have a free Prime sub. Dumb question. Does your GPU have coil whine? No, my GPU is an iGPU, so if it had coil whine, I would be in a lot of trouble. You typically don't have coil whine coming from your CPU. That would be a problem.
Wait, what's your Twitch?
It's Guy on a Budget. If you click on my Discord profile, it should be like purple and shit, and should be like, yo, he's streaming on Twitch.
That is how I found it.
Yep. Thank you, bobunchkin, for the follow. Okay.
That's me.
Hey, what's up, dude?
Subscribe to Prime.
Could you make me
Prime Club?
Could you make me a new build? I have a 1K budget. I need a PC because I don't have a working PC. I want to use this gift for gaming and multitasking. Okay. Sure, MR, but when is this needed by? Is this like soon? Also, I'm like kind of scrolled up right now, so if you post a question now, I'm not gonna get to it for a little while. He's a nerd on a budget knockoff. Okay, dude, I didn't even know that guy existed. Someone like sent that guy's channel to me. I was like, oh, okay, I am not this person. Get more sleep. I don't think it's the amount of sleep that I'm getting. It's just like my sleep schedule does not like obey like day and night. It's just like sometimes I wake up at night, sometimes I wake up in the morning, sometimes I, wake up in the evening. It's just like it happens whenever. Whenever I get too tired, I just go back to sleep. It's probably not good for my health. Free child labor. What is this? RIP 10900K? What's RIP 10900K? Oh, because it's 250 watts. It's more than 250 watts once you overclock it. It's even more.
Does it hit 400 if you really heavily do it?
Yeah.
Also,
I mean,
stupid.
I tend to use 300 as my number. That's like a general guideline for overclock to 900K under full load. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you could push it to 400 even under ambient.
Yeah. I'd probably say 400 would be like a peak, and 300 would be more an average.
300 is high for
four-
average. I wouldn't say average, but
Yeah.
300 is like reasonable peak. Whereas
Sticking to
400 is like,
P95, it might hit 400.
Yeah. I should get into building PCs for people to get more money, Lumao. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. I mean, it's not as fun as you think it would be. at least after the first couple times. Dumb question again. Do you think PS5 worth it just for the Spider-Man games? For exclusives? I mean, you don't really have a choice.
The Spider-Man games are on PS4, so just buy pre on PS4. Done.
Five.
As someone who's getting PS5 and Spider-Man.
Okay. Well,
How much do you charge for PC builds anyway?
I think my dad handles the pricing now, but when I did this more often, I did like base fee plus percentage. Although I don't remember exactly what my most recent one was.
Like 10, 15?
I think it was somewhere around there, yeah.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Plus, if there's like any weird specific requirements that take extra time, like loops, for example, that's probably a big example, then yeah, you get to charge extra for that, obviously.
I have a question about GPUs coming up. I know we talked a little bit earlier about like waiting for new ones to come out, but like, I don't know, you might have answered it before, but is it NVIDIA GPUs coming out soon?
I think there should be like a 3060 or something equivalent coming out in like the next month or two or so, like based on when the 60 class typically releases in previous launch cycles. So yeah, yep, if you want to wait for like a $300 to $400 GPU, then that'd be cool.
But otherwise, what would you recommend?
If you have to buy a GPU now and your budget's kind of in that $300 to $400 range, get like an EVGA 2060 or something like that. It has to be EVGA though, because if you want to use the step up program. So yep, that's what I would do. Were you getting parts without VAT? No. I mean yes, because I live in Canada, so that's not a thing here. I paid Canadian taxes for them, but yeah. Intel was stupid for reducing the price on the 10400. They should have made it more. 3600 is almost 300. Bruh. You rooting for the company in this equation? And not the consumers? Okay. Aegis more like little piss baby? You know what? Can't disagree. How's this combo? Nice from you. Aegis, Fee said you were a little piss baby. It's okay. They're not educated. They don't understand the Gek ways. What is your opinion on the Gigabyte 3070 Master?
That massive thing?
I haven't seen any reviews on the 3070 Aorus Master. If last gen's Aorus Master cards were any indication, or just the Aorus cards in general were any indication, they sacrifice performance for aesthetics. So I don't know if that's the philosophy they went with this time. So yeah, just go look at reviews. There's no VAT in Canada. Yeah, VAT is an EU thing.
There's actually I don't think I've seen a single Ampere Aurorus card review.
I mean, we do have taxes. They're just not called VAT. They're just called taxes, or they're called like PST and GST and whatever. Who reviews SSDs anyways? You either store shit or you don't. Fucking No, he's quoting me. He's quoting me memeing from like 2 years ago. Also, what is Optane? Optane is voodoo magic.
Intel voodoo magic.
Yeah, Intel voodoo magic. Ashley, why are you pointing a gun at me? This is very uncivil of you, and I'm very disappointed that a fellow comrade would incite violence towards another one. So This is very sad. Okay. I will pull up in my Xylence Performance X. Bro, why are you roasting the Performance X, bro? The Performance X is the homie. Why you be doing this?
Dude, I gotta make sure all my little children, all my little 3.3 volts are doing okay. But
Bro, who cares about 3.3 volt? More like cringe. More like
dude,
cringe,
but
am
I
I
gotta
right?
know. But I gotta know if they cut the corner there, because
Bro, wait till the memory overclockers find out that DRAM is powered off the minor rails. They're gonna go crazy, dude. you see how they min-max? You see how they min-max motherboard VRMs? Wait until they see the fucking 3.3 volt voltage regulation results on some of these power supplies, dude. They're gonna be like, bro, you need to get a good power supply so you can min-max your BDI voltage stability, dude.
So
Oh my God.
I'm just gonna go away now. Just gonna walk away.
Oh my God. Okay.
Me and my RAM overclocking.
I recommend that you get the Kingston A400. It is cheap and good SSD. Ashley, if you continue to mock me, we'll have to resort to some extreme measures here. Okay? We'll have to resort to some extreme measures. I recommend that you stop at this time before I go sicko mode on you. Okay? And you don't want to see me go in sicko mode. All right? Aegis going sicko mode is not something you want to see.
Can
you fix this build? Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, sir. Sure.
How is what I know you can't re-increase RAM speed on non-Z series Intel boards, but how about RAM timings? Can you tune
Good question. I actually want someone to ask me this question, so good job. I don't know why you want to increase timings, but you can decrease them.
Sorry, I meant
tighten. On B460 you can tighten timings. The only restriction is frequency. You can also lift DRAM voltage. The only restriction is frequency. So on
how about H410?
On any Intel motherboard that I'm aware of, you can you can tighten your timings. Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna do some fun stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, legitimately B460 is like, a lot of people don't know this, but on B460 you can tighten timings and get similar results that you would on similarly tightened 3200 or whatever. Like,
well,
yeah.
Okay.
Obviously raising frequency is still more important, but like it's underrated.
Okay. So this Borg PC is getting my Samsung BDI. It's like H410 inside it.
Oh God. Okay. Can you fix this build? MR, I will look at your build. I'll put it up on the stream here. We'll take a look at it. It's gonna be good. I'm gonna practice using VMs. Do I need to have anything other than my CPU and OS supporting virtualization to easily get into it? No. Virtualization is easy to support, and it's easy to try out if you're just doing it, for the first time, basically. Yeah. You may need to like enable virtualization in your BIOS if it's not already enabled, but besides that, it's pretty easy. And now you're gonna get some crunching ASMR.
Oh, thank you for answering that question. My spare BDI kit is wasting away inside my NAS, so I thought, okay, I'm just gonna stick some cheap RAM in that and put it on a H410 board. Go to 2666 and see how tight I can go.
Yeah, you can get to like 2666 C12 or some shit, Thank you, Kukog, for the follow. I'm eating some jalapeno chips right now. That shit is loud as some LL120s. Yeah, true. Okay, let's take a look here. So, I'll just talk about what needs to change in this list, Mr. MR. Sure, join a channel. He wants me to move him, but he's not in a channel. I don't see him in a channel. Yeah, he's not. I'm confused. Okay. Yeah, I'll talk about what needs to change in this list. Let's just go bam, 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 right through it. So change to Intel, assuming you need to buy like ASAP. Change to Intel, because AMD's Ryzen 5 CPUs are not worth buying right now. So 10400F is like 150. Poggers. No need for a cooler then. Stock cooler is fine. For your motherboard, B460M DS3H AC is pretty good price right now. For the RAM, get RAM that's like $10 cheaper. It's like 3000 C16, especially because you're on B460 anyways, like whatever. What else? SN550 for 95 is not worth it when P1 is 80-ish, so I would do P1 instead. 5500 XT 8 gig is a really strange choice here. Yeah, in fact,
I have that card.
the fact that there's a 5500 XT in this list makes me want you to go for 10100 and get a more expensive GPU instead. But with the money that I'm saving you on everything else here, you should be able to get a 10400F and a 2060 from EVGA, given the cost that I'm saving in the other parts here. MB311L I don't have a problem with. GF1 is cool, but there's AMP that's like $7 less and is basically just as good. So go for the AMP. And then this is a weird monitor. I don't know why you chose this monitor. Yeah, we don't do 1080p 144 VA these days anymore. Go for like basically the cheapest 1080p 144 IPS panel, because they're usually the cheapest one is decent from what I've seen. But let's take a look. I want to back up my Steam. Yeah, there you go. G241, G241, PX248, both the same price, both POG panels, certified PPs, certified big PPs, POG panels. So, yeah.
AOC, yeah?
There you go. I've now coined an official term, POG panels, big PPs.
POG panels.
Okay, I told my friend, he asked me to ask you if you need to make any needed changes to the build. Okay. Yeah, there's only a couple changes I would make here, and I'll make them kind of quickly. So, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So motherboard, we're gonna change this to a
I'm gonna disappear off. Okay, I need to get up for work in 6 hours.
Oh shit, yeah, dude, go get some sleep, dude.
It's currently 9 p.m. and I need to get up at 3 a.m.
Bro, you're sleep before you make a grave mistake.
I hate you. Anyway,
what job requires you to get up at 3?
Actually, I have to. I need to set up. I actually start work at 6, but because I'm going with someone else, I actually need to be there at 5. I need to set off an hour before, so that's 4 o'clock, and I had to get up an hour before I need to set off, so that's 3.
Okay, so now, chat, before you roast the fuck out of me for recommending a 2060 for $360, Step Up doesn't care about what the MSRP of the card is. Step Up just cares about what you actually paid for it. So if the 3060 on EVGA site comes out for like $400 or $350, you're gonna pay basically like the difference. So it doesn't matter. Assuming this person is willing to go through with Step Up, which they should be, or else I am gonna make sad noises. And you know what happens when I make sad noises?
What happens when you make sad noises?
I don't know. I actually don't know. I don't think I've ever made sad noises. Not, at least not in response to that.
Yeah, if you end up getting at the end a $700 EVGA card, it doesn't matter if you paid $100 or $500 for your old card. It will cost you $700 at the end.
Yeah, as long as you don't pay more than what the card you want to upgrade to. So like, let's say you buy like a EVGA 2080 Ti for like, you know, $1,300 right now because you're really dumb or something, and then you want to step up to like a 3080. They're not gonna like refund you like $500. That'd be funny if they did, but they're not going to.
I'm currently keeping my eye out for the 3080 FTW3.
Sorry, Xenon, I didn't see you. I was looking at some other stuff here. How does the queue work for the Step Up program? As far as I know, you apply for the Step Up program through EVGA's website. They approve it, and then you basically get placed on like a waiting list with whatever cards are available from EVGA at the time. Damn, it's been a long time since I've heard the Aegis voice. You got a new mic? Nope, the same mic. It's my boy Home Slice. Home Slice is in the stream. Ashley. Remember Home Slice? Remember Homie Slice? Our boy? How you doing, man? You having a good time? Having a good day? Could you check out my build, please? Yeah, sorry, Twitch chat. I'm kind of doing you dirty. Kind of been neglecting you. Alright, let's check this out. Oh dear. Oh dear lord. Oh god. Oh fuck. Yeah, we gotta change this shit.
Lagging. What is it?
5800X is awful for 460 quid. I would do either 5600X or 5900X depending on what you're doing. I actually don't know how much the 5600X costs in the UK. Let's find out. It better not be exactly 300 because I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be big mad. It's 311. That's even worse. That's yike. That's a big yike. Oh my god, Grave, go to sleep.
Yuck.
Go to sleep, dude. Fucking snooping in on my Twitch stream. Trying to like not sleep. 10600k. Holy shit, the 10600k is 230 in the UK. That's crazy. 230 quid? That's insane. Okay, so Ryzen is basically irrelevant. Okay. So in the UK, definitely don't go Ryzen 5000 apparently. So that's a yikes. We're not doing that. Is the 5800X a really bad deal at 450? Yeah. It's a yeah. Because when you consider it, the 5800X, you would only buy that if you're doing like multi-threaded workloads, because 6 cores and 12 threads is good enough for anything that's like ST based, so like gaming, yeah, basically stuff like gaming. And if you're buying more than that, the 3900X is like 400 or less at this point. So yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. Stream audio is different from Discord. Yeah, I know. There's a compressor on my stream audio. D15 Chromax it's a good cooler, but for 90 quid, no thank you. X570 Unify, extreme cringe. You're spending like 3 times more than you need to on a motherboard that will give you basically zero benefit.
D15 on a 5th gen Ryzen 7.
2x16, yeah, getting 32 gigs of RAM is fine, but certainly not for 160 quid. 2 9.7 Evos, not one, but 2 9.7 Evos. That's like 2 punches to my gut, one on each side. Yeah, I mean, better price than you typically see these at, but 125 quid, still not worth it. Just get a single 2 terabyte NVMe drive, or just start with 1 terabyte. Most people are cool with like just 1 terabyte, especially because storage is easy to upgrade. So just go with 1 terabyte. 3080 tough, I don't really have a problem with. I mean, I will tell you to wait for the new AMD cards because they're coming out like tomorrow. So I would at least wait for those, see the reviews on those, and if they turn out not to be good, then you can go for the 3080. But you know, at least wait for that. 4000D Airflow, good case, but 80 quid. There are definitely better / equal cases for less money. But if you really like how this case looks, then you know it's fine. RM750, I think there's better than that at 110 quid in the UK. Yeah, pretty sure. And then 27 GL850 is 340 in the UK. I didn't expect that. That's like a normally 500 quid monitor. So that, I don't know if other monitors have similarly dropped in price and that's what's causing this, but that's a pretty good price, but kind of sus. A little bit sus. That case is so nice though. I feel like they actually took feedback from the community on what is wanted in a case. You mean like a mesh front? Because that's basically it. We just want mesh fronts, dude. That's all we care about. Yeah, the 10100F is crazy in the UK. Yeah, I found this out like I don't know, a few days ago, like a week ago. When the 10100F was first listed on retailers in the UK, it's fucking crazy. It's literally the best value CPU to have ever released. It's ridiculous. It's just, oh my god. It's crazy. Crazy. Okay. Let me read down here through chat. For the step-up program, is the 90 days to sign up for the program, or you have to select your new GPU within the next 3 months? No, you just have to register. So within 90 days of your purchase, you just have to register for the program. Okay, let's take a look here. I don't know too much about VR. Rate, please. 10700K is a really weird choice for 400. Yeah, just straight up no. I would go 10600K or 5600X over this any day. Assassin 3 is a good cooler, but unnecessary. I don't really have that much of a problem with the motherboard, I guess. For VR only, 32 gigs is a little strange. Storage definitely needs to be changed. That's not good. Although this is a better price than I expected for a 2 terabyte 970 Evo Plus. 500 plus 2 plus 2 is just weird though. Like if you can afford a 2 terabyte NVMe drive, I don't know why you have this or this. 6900 XT, I guarantee you, is going to be an irrelevant card for gaming. P3 is a weird case choice if you're not water cooling. If you're not water cooling, it's just a dumb option. Just don't buy a P series case if you're not water cooling. And when I say water cooling, I mean custom loop. And finally, yeah, weird power supply choice. There's there's better power supply choices both above and below this in price. So kind of whack. Okay. Hi, Guy on a Budget. I am new to PCs. I heard MSI and Intel were good companies. What do you think? Oh my god, Sod. Fucking go listen to Money Machine and contemplate your decisions. Okay? Okay. Whose build are you working on? Someone in Discord. Also, my friend said Kingston SSD and EVGA power supply is good. Assad, please. You're killing me. You're killing me, Assad. You're killing me. Can you help me make a list for less than $900? Sure. I mean, if you need it urgently, then yes. But if you can wait a little bit, I would wait a little bit for better Black Friday sales. Could you check out my list, please? I think I did. It looks like that Apple PC, the cheese grater one. Really? It does? Not really. Mesh front, dust filters, and the stuff they added, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. VR isn't really any more demanding than normal gaming. Yeah, typically, a lot of people think VR is pretty special. I mean, there are some differences, but yeah, it's not that different. Well, 1 second, I'm crunching.
Dude, you are really making me want to go to the shop and get Pringles right now.
I'm telling you, man. Crunching's important. Alright. Yeah, here's the thing. A really good gaming PC will definitely be a really good VR gaming PC. So, it's not that crazy special. Can PCI power cable cause coil whine on GPU? I've never heard of that happening.
I would say not.
Theoretically, you could have in-cable capacitors, but it would be very hard to get those to whine. So, I'm going to say no. Yeah, I'm going to say no. How is this? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Okay. Fine. Actually, for 80, not bad. We take those. We take those. Fine.
Oh my god.
P2 for 105 for 1 is not good. Don't do P2 here. Do P1. 2060, I'm assuming you're doing step up. That's fine. Bit of a weird choice on the power supply. Yeah. Yeah, I'd go with like the Segotep unit here because it's like $50. The Neo Eco Gold Zen 80 for 600 watts is not that bad, but still a bit of a weird choice here. And obviously the Wi-Fi adapter is fine. Yeah, I mean, you could go for like the B460 MDS3H AC here and kind of pass on this, but not a big deal. Yeah, whatever.
Hello.
You suggest getting a 2060 now and then immediately applying for the step-up program? Yeah, or it doesn't have to be immediately. You can wait. You know, you have 3 months.
Screw it, I'm getting Pringles.
All right, go for it. I'm glad I'm inspirational. All right, I'm inspiring people's culinary decisions. I can get a 3600 for the same price as the 10400. Okay, when the 3600 is the same price as the 10400, motherboard costs are kind of the same, and you don't need to get a cooler for either. So then it comes down to what are you doing on your PC, and are you willing to overclock? If you're willing to overclock your RAM, I think the 3600 can pull ahead of the 10400. And if you're doing like multi-threaded tasks, then obviously the 3600 pulls ahead. But I think most people don't fit into either of those categories. So even when they're the same price, 10400 is not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Do you know a good cable extension brand? There's a lot of them out there. I mean, cable extension quality typically doesn't matter that much. I've never heard of somebody getting cable extensions that are so bad that they actually affect their experience. So yeah. Typically it's fine. I know like Asia Horse makes cable extensions. I know Fantex does, Cable Mod does, a bunch of different companies do. I think Up Here makes them as well, so yeah. What are some good DDR4 2933 sticks? Why 2933 in particular? Is it because your Intel CPU says it only does 2933? Because we're going to talk about that if that's why you're picking that number.
We're going to slap them with knowledge. I'm going to tell them.
Yeah, we're going to slap them with facts and knowledge. Facts, logic, knowledge, all of the big rational stuff. Is overclocking RAM really worth it? Like 3200 to 3600? Depends on how much you value your time. Okay, so RAM overclocking, if you do it manually, can give you noticeable gains, but how much those noticeable gains are worth, it depends on what you're doing on your PC, like how sensitive it is to that RAM change, and you know, how hellbent you are on seeking performance at the expense of your time. Yeah, the CPU says 2933. Okay, all right, nerds. You can basically ignore the maximum memory supported specification on your RAM. It's actually more like a minimum. It's basically your CPU is guaranteed, the memory controller in this CPU is guaranteed to hit this speed. So like, for example, on AMD's latest CPUs, it's 3200 megahertz. On Intel's latest CPU, it's either 2666 up to the i5, and then i7 and i9 are 2933. That does not mean the CPUs cannot go past that limit. For example, there are, you know, memory overclocking records that are over 6000 megahertz on like the new Intel CPUs, and the same kind of applies to the Ryzen 3000 and 5000 CPUs as well. Like people are getting very, very high frequency, way higher than 3200 or 2933 or anything like that. So the real reason for that is just it's minimum. It's actually minimum, not a maximum. Now that being said, that minimum will limit you as well in terms of like maximum memory support on B460 boards on Intel or any chipset that's basically not Z490. So yeah, that's basically that. So you can buy honestly whatever RAM you want, and the motherboard will basically just limit it to 2666 or 2933. And that's basically it. Yeah. And when I say whatever you want, ideally you should go for like 3000 C16 because you're going to be limited anyways. Okay. Okay. All right, boys, I'm retiring from PC Master Race, going for PS5. Sounds good. I gave the wrong list. Wait, what? Okay, that's fine. For that price, that's fine. That's the go for the $50 kits that are the same spec. I'd go P1 over Helix L here. If you're gonna get a 2060 Go EVGA again for the previously stated reasons, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, there you go. There's your summary. Where do I find a 3060 though? Using EVGA Step Up, it should be sold on their site somewhere in the next 3 months. So that's why I'm telling people that it's okay to get a 2060 now. If you need a GPU now at this instant. All right. It's crunch time. Okay. Thoughts on Pilot E2 terabyte? I got one on sale. I have it in hand. How much you get it for? Who's pinging me in BA red?
Here we go. Here we go. Ooh.
Oh, it's just Xenon. Okay.
Pretty good.
188. Very good. Yeah. That is Pogger's territory.
Mm-hmm.
This is all right for gaming and editing. For gaming and editing. Yes, but I would probably go for a Neo Air instead of that case because it's slightly cheaper for basically the same thing. 5700 XT is definitely not a GPU I'd buy. I would touch with a 10-foot pole right now. And 500 gig SSDs are kind of not really worth buying because like the P1 1TB like 80 right now. That's cutting really deep into 500 gig SSD value. So I would pony up a little bit more, get the P1 1TB instead of this A60. RAM is fine. Motherboard, you could pay like $10 less and lose nothing but gain Wi-Fi. So I would do that instead. Yeah. Also, I want to talk about this. If we're in kind of a dry spell right now. It just sounded like Ben Shapiro when he said facts, logic, and knowledge. Yeah, that's the joke. If you're new to this, we make fun of Ben Shabibo all the time. It's fun.
Wonderful.
Ben Shabibo. Can't whine pins? Not with that attitude. You can get them to want. You can get them to sing for you if you try hard enough. Just make them out of quartz. It's fine.
How much power are you gonna push through them in order for that to happen?
It's fine. We're gonna melt them into elementary particle soup, and then they will sing the song of the universe for us. All right, boys. So this is pretty poggers. All right. I know this is not typically the content that I stream in this PC related channel, and I know how like PC nerds are always at odds with like Mac nerds or whatever. Are Mac nerds really a thing? I don't know. Anyways, there's not much to nerd over when it comes to Macs, right? Because you don't really have a choice. It's just like Macs, you know? It's just like one company, one computer product line. Anyways, my point is a lot of PC guys are like, you know, they're scared of Macs, okay? Even in the comments on this site, there's people like, I'm scared. What if I'm gonna have to buy a Mac in 10 years? It's like, don't be worried.
Chill out.
But this is an incredible, like, it's not often that I am genuinely impressed by technology. And like, this shit is incredible, okay? This shit is poggers. It is PogChamp, it is PagChomp, it is
PagChomp.
Yeah, I would even say it is nodders. Not just poggers, but nodders, and also smilers, and potentially laughers as well. So it is all of the above. It is very good, very poggers. It's just ridiculous. So basically what Apple has done here is they have poured a bunch of money into ditching Intel. So if you guys didn't know before, you know, Apple's CPUs, or Apple's old computers, their MacBooks, their whatever it is, had Intel CPUs in them. And as I'm sure you guys know, Intel has not been having a very smooth last 5 years or so. And Apple's been like, all right, you know what? We have some time. We got some downtime, right? We have a shit ton of cash that we're sitting on, right? So here's what Tim Apple, the CEO of Apple, as we know, Tim Apple, decided to whip out the big guns and make his own CPU. All right. But okay, real talk. Apple poured a shit ton of money into their CPU engineering. While this is not as surprising as, you know, I might make it sound, it is still a very big accomplishment for tech. Okay, it's still a very big accomplishment. This thing is very impressive. It's like 30 watts of power, right? You're seeing like even in a compute heavy multi-threaded workload, it's like 30 watts of power for the entire system in this little tiny Mac mini, has like a single fan in it. And this thing goes either toe to toe or beats the shit out of every modern CPU architecture at like, and I'm talking desktop and laptop, okay? Desktop and laptop. And that's on its native architecture, which is, you know, AArch64. And even when you're porting over x86 code to it using Rosetta 2, it's still incredibly competitive on mobile and still pretty competitive to desktop as well. So this is absolutely crazy. You know, a lot of the time, PC nerds and whatever, you know, we've said like, you know, Apple has the worst hardware but the better software ecosystem. Now that's not even really the case anymore. Apple, at least with the direction they're going into, with the power scaling potential they have, it's looking like they're gonna have hardware dominance too. So this is pretty big, pretty pog. I mean, I can go into some of these benchmarks with you guys, but it's most of this stuff doesn't apply to like people who are building PCs and stuff like that. But all you need to know is that it's incredibly impressive. It's incredibly impressive. And this is coming to desktop too. That's the big thing, right? This is running desktop code. A lot of people were like, hey, you know, Apple, a lot of people who have been paying attention to tech, they see, okay, Apple's A14 SoC, oh, it performs really well, right? Performs really well. It's a mobile chip. It's in your iPhones. It performs really well. But maybe that's only because it's made for iOS. Maybe it's because it's made for iOS. It's made for a mobile environment, right? This is the proof that that's not the case. Okay? Apple on desktop, running their own code, running x86 code, absolutely just mind-blowing. It's crazy. Okay? So, so should I not get a PC lol? No, people have been like unironically asking me like, is this the death of PCs or whatever? No, it's not. Apple, at least for now, is not targeting the PC market in that way. This is just incredibly impressive, and I'm sure a lot of Mac OS users will be very happy. But like if you're the type that, you know, works in like an art studio, you do like Photoshop content creation, you want Mac OS, this is the type of shit that's gonna make you happy. But for us, you know, PC nerds, this does not super impactful, at least for now, but this is just incredibly impressive. Very, 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 very impressive. And it's just from every standpoint, from performance standpoint, from a power standpoint, from an architecture standpoint. Like this is like a CPU engineer's wet dream, this chip. So it's just great. It's fucking fantastic, honestly. It's amazing. Anyways, let's go back to build help. Like I said on Twitch, cooler is because the stock one looks stupid. No, you look stupid. You look stupid.
It did. I've just lost a screw behind. I've just lost a motherboard screw behind the motherboard.
They're making another Ip Man movie, really? With the same actor, the Donnie dude.
No, the younger actor.
Bro, they're changing act. Bro, that
No,
actor.
no. So there's 3 different series of this. You have him like during his very young years, first learning Wing Chun, and then you have Donnie, which is like the older version of him, and then you have the super old version of him that spits out blood because he's so old. So they're making another one of his young years with like lots of tomahawk throwing for some reason.
Tomahawk
like,
throwing.
Yeah, they're like showing him and like in the police days type of thing.
How does the new Mac CPU compare to others? Okay, I did just show benchmarks that compare the Mac CPU to like other CPUs that are available right now in like spec 2006 and 2017, but it's kind of not an apples to apples comparison. It's like trying to run Cinebench on like an Xbox Series X and like a PC CPU. Actually, that would be a more valid comparison than this, but it's like it's not quite the same. It's not quite the same. They're not really apples to apples, and honestly, the people that use Mac OS and the people that use Windows are, at least professionally, are kind of different people. Like the people that use Mac OS right now are people that are either using it out of convenience because of the OS or because of software support. A lot of the time it's software support as well. So yeah, it's like comparing the two is a little strange, and it always has been a little strange, but I think it's a little less strange now because, you know, the M1 is just in the territory now. It's just in the territory. You know, it's whipping out its big guns, you know? All right. Is this good for gaming? Is it good for gaming though? Is it though? We're going to find out. Okay, please don't get a 1660. Yeah, please don't get a 1660. Also, I told you very specifically what to replace on this build, and you have failed me. You have failed me. And so I'm disappointed. Okay? I'm gonna cry. Can you send that Mac thing? I kind of want to read it. Just go to anandtech.com and it's like front page right now. I have a Mac and this would be my first PC. Should I even bother though? I mean, you want a game, right? Because this thing doesn't. It's not for gaming. I mean, actually, no. I do want to talk about the GPU on this thing too. I forgot. This GPU, in synthetics at least, and in Shadow of the Tomb Raider on Mac OS, is competing with like a 1650, which is also fucking insane. It has 8 GPU cores, and it has somehow destroyed every integrated GPU on the market right now, and is competing with low-end discrete GPUs, which is kind of poggers. So, while it's not going to be, you know, a beast for gaming, it's not going to compare to like a 3080 or whatever. It's still very impressive. You know, it's still very, very, very impressive. AVJ step up seems fishy though. I mean, tons of people have used it. I've used it. It's fine. Nothing wrong with it. At least as far as I can tell. Ventus is literal dog shit. Okay, come on now.
I can back that.
Come on now. All right. Here's the thing. 2060 Ventus is kind of the tipping point. Anything above a 2060, yeah, going Ventus is questionable. But 2060 and below, Ventus is fine. Like, if you're complaining about Ventus on a 1660 Super, it's like a Karen asking to see the manager. It's like, it's fine. It's fine. Okay? Relax, Karen. It's okay. Yeah, I personally owned a 2060 Ventus. Yes, it wasn't that quiet, but it wasn't perceptibly loud when I was gaming. Even when I overclocked it, it was just okay. You know, it's just very mid. very mid. Mostly because the 2060 doesn't run very hot to begin with, but like very mid. This is for gaming and light streaming. Lots of tabs open. How's it looking? I will look at your shit.
I just hit a motherboard with the fan.
It is looking okay. I mean, the RGB power supply I'm kind of questioning because you don't even have a case that can show that off. So weird. Yeah, I probably wouldn't pick that then. SSD is fine. GPU I guess is fine if you don't want it to wait for the new AMD stuff. RAM, if you want white RGB, I guess that's pretty fine as well. I mean, I'd look at a ballistics RGB kit if you're gonna just pay like $50 more anyways. B550A, I mean, just be aware you're paying like basically $60 for purely aesthetics. But I'm assuming you're doing it for like a white theme. And,
Wait, really? I didn't see that at all. Did anyone else not see that?
See what? What happened? What happened? Oh no.
So you'd have to specify.
The fans just make it hotter? What a stupid design. What? What do you mean the fans make it hotter? Doesn't make any sense. Wait, so at the same price point, 3600 or 10400? Again, I talked about the benefits and disadvantages of both. If you don't want to tweak and you're not doing multi-threaded, 10400 is fine.
Which one was that like really disappointing Noctua cooler again? I don't remember.
I don't think Noctua has any like really disappointing coolers.
Was it the L9i or something?
No.
I'm sure
That's
I
one of the
saw
best.
something about the L9i being terrible.
No, that's one of the best low profile coolers in its price range. So
Okay.
I would say Noctua's low profile coolers are actually more viable and more relevant than their tower coolers are. I mean, that's the truth, dude.
Why have I done this?
I don't care about the power supply. There's a rebate. Okay. I mean, if you want to get a worse power supply, then like whatever.
I'm trying to figure out what the fuck I did with my computer.
No, he's saying the fans make it hotter. It like recirculates the heat back into the GPU. That makes no sense. What? Hold on. Let me show you what the Ventus looks like, and then we'll have a discussion about this. Okay. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there's a Ventus. Yeah, there you go. 1660 Ti Ventus. Now this is not the same as the 2060, but like, okay, show me the cooler. God damn it, dadgummit. All right. Yeah. What about this recirculates the heat back into the GPU? I don't understand. It doesn't. It looks pretty standard to me. I mean, this is kind of not great. But what about this is like, why the fans? Why do you have a problem with the fans? I don't understand. Anyways. What power supply would you recommend? I love quiet, so yeah. There's a Fantex amp, 650 watt, that's like $100 that you might be interested in, because that's a pretty pogger. Wait, so at the same price point? Oh no, I already read that. Okay. Okay, hold on. Let me eat a chip. I'm on my last 4 chips, okay, guys?
No.
Look what you made me do, Aegis, man.
Look what you just made me do.
Oh shit, my man's got Pringles.
Wait, yeah. Do you want like a passive mode type power supply or just quiet?
Semi-passive is
Those
cringe.
are usually.
Don't tempt him. Don't tempt him.
Here, you know what we're gonna give them?
It's too late.
We're gonna give how
that
old
one.
is this unit?
That's the one.
No, we're gonna the Kingwin Steiker.
Oh,
Doesn't
no.
have OCP.
Bro, who needs OCP? OCP is for losers, dude. Just don't get just don't get high current, forehead. Like, what are you doing?
That's it.
Has anyone ever thought about why fan screws are so thick?
Anyone?
Okay. I'm back. Not built a PC for 8 years. Could you... Oh man, I got a jalapeno thingy in my nose.
Oh,
Oh,
the Ion Plus is
boy.
quiet. Oh.
Could do with some help with the build. It's been a while, please. Okie dokie. Alright, we got some shit to talk about. Mr. Beat James Bond. Bro, why do you want to beat James Bond? What did he do to you? Alright, but we got some stuff to talk about. There's a problem. There's a problemo. Okay, we're gonna fix this problemo together.
We gotta bounce on him.
Alright, boop. We're gonna boop that out of here. We're gonna boop that out of here. Yeet. Yeet. We're yeeting all of these out of here. Okay. Alright. 3070. Are we playing at 1440p? I hope we're playing at 1440p. At least. James Bond is an absolute Chad. Agreed.
Oh, that's we roll in the voice.
That's my last big chip. So
no.
If you're not a fan of the
Someone
chip
get this
ASMR,
man some more.
that's the end of it. I still have some smaller chips, but that was the last like really crunchy one.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
Alright.
And yogurt's supposed to be.
Yogurt? Yogurt's not supposed to be crunchy.
Did you leave it out to like congeal?
That's gross, dude. How do you get yogurt so dry that it's crunchy?
Frozen yogurt.
1440p? Okay. Here's what I do. Okay?
To say stuff about frozen yogurt in the background.
I would get a 10600K here, or actually maybe even a 10400F. 10600. Did I just type 10400K? I'm actually stupid. I'm actually lacking in the brain department. Okay. We're gonna get a 10600K. That's not a big price difference. Watch this. CPU cooler. We're gonna get something nice and cheapo. What do we have here? What do we have here?
Won't go back into the IO shield.
Get the Intel stock cooler.
Okay, well, I mean, this CPU doesn't come within a stock cooler, so can't do that.
I personally use and recommend an Intel stock cooler.
We're gonna buy an Intel stock cooler.
Gamma X GTE. I don't know what cooler to put with this. Ooh, I might actually go for the 212 black. This is a hard decision for ages. I don't know what to do.
Until yesterday, I could turn off every fan in my system and the power supply would be the loudest thing.
Okay, I'm gonna put a 212 black in this one. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry, gotta do it. I gotta do it.
There's
nothing you can do about it.
You have so much to live for.
So much to live for. Ooh, Z498 Pro for 130 quid. Let's go. Poggers.
Right, guys, which do I start on first? Texas barbecue or the salt and vinegar?
Alternate.
No, it's like
vinegar. Right ass.
Dude, alternate. Make sandwiches with them. Make sandwiches.
No.
Make sandwiches.
Bro, you think I'm joking? I'm dead serious, bro. You gotta make sandwiches with that shit.
Don't even bother with the salt and vinegar. Just throw it away, please.
There's only two problems that I have with Pringles. Number one, the salt burn can be quite bad on your lips. Sometimes.
It depends.
I love salt.
Number two.
The tangy barbecue
hello.
flavor is so good.
Number two, I get a bit of acid reflux when I have a full tub of Pringles, which I can quite easily do.
Acid
I literally
reflux
do not
sucks.
put weight on. I do not put weight on at all.
I do currently have a 5600X on pre-order. Cancel that shit. Not worth it in the
everything
UK.
in that picture and not put a single bit of weight on.
I might not even put a 10600K in your list, honestly. Like maybe 10400 is just like the better option, honestly. Like you would be just as happy. I'm gonna be honest with you. You'd definitely just be like just as happy. Do we do System Power 9 here or TX650M? TX650M is like 10 quid more. So you know what that means. We're going with the 10 squids more option. Yeah, I'm actually going to change this to a cheaper Intel build. So we don't have to deal with any of this crap. Because I feel like it. Okay? You're at my mercy, and I feel like it. So we're doing 10400. Okay. B460 and Pro VDH. You don't need Wi-Fi, right? So that's really cheap. 60 quid for a B460 board. That is poggers. Damn, I'm gonna have to rationalize recommending a VRM heatsinkless 2-DIMM board to this man. I'm gonna feel bad about doing this. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna be able to sleep at night doing this. 1 second. No Wi-Fi, thank you.
I originally wanted an A320 MK, and I realized it was a really terrible board.
All right, we're gonna have to go for a different board just so I can sleep better at night. You know what? We're gonna go for the VDH Wi-Fi. I don't even care. You said you don't need Wi-Fi. You're gonna get Wi-Fi. All right. It doesn't matter. All right, there we go. I'm done. What's his name? Yeah. Okay. There's your list. Baboom.
That's his name.
All right. Now the reason we're not going 10600K or Ryzen here is because neither of those CPUs is anywhere near a significant upgrade over a 10400, and B, I'd rather you save the money, be just as happy. I don't know, like if you care about CPU performance and like upgrade to like a DDR5 platform in the near future, TM, soon TM. Okay.
Imagine moving your motherboard around by the memory. Can't relate.
Any suggestions for a motherboard with this build? Okay. I'm looking at the Asus TUF H470. Sir, why are you getting an H series board or a B series board with a 10700K? This is this would be a grave mistake. Actually, getting a 10700K in general would be a grave mistake. This is just such a weird build. Like, Liquid Freezer 2 420 is cool, but did you buy a full tower just so you could accommodate a 420 rad? Because that's what this feels like. That's genuinely what this feels like. It's just such a weird list.
Wait, a 420 or 240?
420.
What? Okay.
Yeah, you don't see 420 rads every day. This is just such a weird list.
No, you really don't.
Can you make a 1K build list for me? I can, but if you're not buying urgently, then you know, later. I beg you to play this on stream, please. It will heal the world. I'm gonna get DMCA'd, so no thanks.
I wasn't looking at what I was doing.
Did you know that AMD is better than Intel?
The motherboard standoff.
Did you know that AMD is better than Intel? Damn.
Yes, sir.
Holy shit. My mind just got expanded. Thank you.
Why are you getting all this false information?
I just screwed a power supply.
It's hypertransport. Hyperthreading.
This man just went on Reddit and came back to us enlightened. Incredible. Truly incredible.
Hey, just what mic do you use? I like the. It sounds pretty smooth.
I use a CAD GXL 2200, but I don't recommend using a CAD GXL 2200 because it's kind of overpriced.
Maybe you just bought it on like an overpriced website or something. I don't know.
No, it's just overpriced in general. There are similar mics that are like pretty good.
Oh, why is everyone muted? Are we playing Among Us or something? Like, what's going on?
Sometimes people join here to ask questions, but they're muted.
But if you're not unmuted, Aegis will just warn you and get
I've screwed a power supply screw into a motherboard standoff. The motherboard standoff has come off the case.
How much storage should I buy?
Power supply screw out.
I have no idea. How much storage you buy is entirely based on your storage needs, which are a very personal thing, so I have no idea. How come your recommended ballistics over T-Force is like 30 more for what? What? What are you saying? How come your recommended ballistics over T-Force? It's like 30 more for what? I definitely didn't recommend ballistics over T-Force if it's 30 more. I definitely did not do that. What time do you think you could do a 1K-ish build? If you really need something urgently, I would say come back in about a week. If it's not as urgent, then maybe about a month. Yeah.
Because I feel like if we come back in a month, like Intel 11's chance gonna come out and just gonna tell us to wait again.
But that's gonna be like next year, and I mean, if you want to wait for that,
how the hell did I manage to get this?
Like, if you're really free in terms of time, Sure. Wait
No, I
for
didn't want Intel. I'm probably gonna wait for 11th gen.
Yeah, if you have time, then sure, wait for 11th gen. Because after
Yeah,
11th
because
gen
I'm gonna
Intel,
get a
there's not gonna be like any releases in the tech world for a little bit of time.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get a
Yeah,
laptop
probably not.
first.
Like there are no planned GPU releases for next year in terms of like
But
new
how long do you think
GPUs
it'll
for
take for
desktop
laptop
and
to
like
actually
new
get
architectures.
30th gen?
There's no new
graphics card?
CPU launches planned for next year. Yeah, as far as I know. I think Alder Lake's 2022 and so is Zen 4.
Aegis, I have a question about peripherals, like when it comes to keyboards. I've been looking around on what to buy. So is the GK61 better than the Razer Huntsman Mini? They're both the same
Yep.
form factor, but I can't tell which is.
Yep.
No, listen, if you need a keyboard, get the Razer Huntsman Elite.
Okay, stop being cringe. Yep.
Wait, so the GK61's better, right?
Yep.
All right, thank you.
You are welcome.
Get a Corsair K95.
Okay, cringe. When is 11th gen Intel coming out? Early next year, first quarter next year, January,
I thought they
February,
were
March.
only breaking 10th gen because of some
Is it
nanometer
Valkyrie?
thing they can't beat, like 9 nanometers or something.
They're only breaking 10th gen. What do you mean?
Like, I can't remember exactly what it was, but I was talking to a friend about why AMD is better than Intel. And before we start getting into hybrid transport, he mentioned how Intel. I said, why do people like Intel better? And he said, well, it's cheaper, but he said it's not as good as AMD because like they can't break the something nanometer. I don't know, something about 9 nanometers. It was a while back.
I think it's
Definitely
probably
not
7.
9. Also,
I was trying 10 nanometer
350 for a 5700 XT is not a good price. Don't think it's a good deal just because it's $50 off. Remember, big sale does not mean good deal. Please be aware of that. Big sale does not mean good deal. Like,
did you watch
wow,
the
this
It's Tyrion review?
971 terabyte is now $120 instead of $200. Wow, it went from extremely overpriced to very overpriced.
It
That
also
doesn't mean you
depends
should buy
upon
it.
supply and demand, and it also, if people don't want it, then it's probably not a good product.
That is not true. That is.
Well, somewhat. Sorry. Well, also the price.
I wish people were smart enough to actually make market movements like that, but no, that's not true. That's
Nobody likes the Razer Huntsman Elite, but it's a really good keyboard.
that's like classical economic circle jerk. You know, it's like all the capitalists. They're like, yeah, guys, the market will move in the right direction. We're gonna have economic Darwinism, guys. All the bad companies are gonna be, no one's gonna buy their products, so they're not gonna succeed, guys.
It's not always the way. It depends on
Ages on the
people's
internet
budgets.
who will buy stuff. Like, if people on AliExpress can make a living by selling old motherboards, why can't you?
There's a good example, like Bugga's Five Below line, like that he's selling. It's all the things are, I think they're all the peripherals are $5 and lower.
Okay, other than Step Up,
and it's not
if
great.
if you don't have Step Up, it's still not a good idea. Like, just wait for the 3060 or like the 6700 or /XT or whatever. And if you can't wait, then just get a lesser GPU, because that's just not worth buying. Like, the resale value is going to tank so fucking hard. Like, at this point, I'm pretty convinced that a 5700 XT, when all is said and done, is going to be worth like 200 to 250 or something like that. Like, probably less, actually, now that I think about it. Like, it's true value. Also, your friend was saying AMD is better than Intel because of nanometers?
Well, I think no, it was, I can't remember exactly, but I think I said, why do so many people buy Intel? And he said, one, because it's cheaper, and he said,
Okay, Intel has definitely not been known for being cheaper, so I don't know where your friend's getting that from. I mean, right now they happen to be, but this is kind of unprecedented. So in the past, definitely not. And when I say in the past, I mean in the very recent past, like 2 months ago.
I think it was because, like, I was asking why, and he said, or I said, why do they use hyper-threading instead of hyper-transport or something? And he said, because they can't break this something nanometer I don't know. I can't remember exactly what it was.
Yeah, this is some armchair
It was
shit,
a while
dude.
back. I'm sorry.
Okay, hyper-threading and hyper-transport are like completely different. They're like
Oh yeah, yeah,
they're
yeah. I
not
know.
competitors to each other. Hyper-transport was killed off with FX, which happened like over 3 years ago, and hyper-threading is completely different from like they're not. It's like comparing two specs that are not the same. It's like comparing core count
Yeah,
to like
hyper-threading is
gigahertz.
multitasking, and hyper-transport it
Is a
makes
bus.
it's faster than the
Hyper-transport is a
makes the
bus.
thing the Northbridge chip transport faster. I think.
Northbridge chip. Okay.
You know what the Northbridge is? It's where it
Yeah,
connects
dude,
all
you gotta
the fast parts of the PC.
you gotta like calm the fuck down, dude. You're like going all over the CPU right now, and I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Like, no, I understand what you're saying, but I don't think you understand what you're saying, and like I think that's the problem.
Oh yeah, I mean, I take this course called Cisco. It's on Cisco Academy, but that was like the one section that it's been a while on, so I can't remember the whole thing.
Okay.
We've mostly been focusing on like networks and other stuff with like LANs.
Okay. All right. Well, some people claim that, you know, AMD is better than Intel because Intel's been stuck at 14 nanometer for a long time now, for like the last 5 years. And that's dumb. It's like saying, you know, I need to think of an applicable example. I can't really think of an applicable example, but look, all that matters is performance and price. It's all that matters. Like, and you know, performance can change based on what you're doing, right? So like maybe gaming performance is different from compiling performance, which is different from rendering performance, which is different from encoding performance. But like at the end of the day, all that matters is performance and price. And I guess under the umbrella of performance will include like other issues that pertain to performance. So if something would prevent you from having good performance, like let's say a CPU is really, really hot, right? Like it's unfathomably hot and it's very difficult to cool, that would be kind of in the performance category because it's stopping you from getting satisfaction out of your build. So it's performance and price. And it's like, at the end of the day, the whole nanometer shit, it's like, it's of very little importance to regular people, right? It's basically, you can think of it as like a manufacturing process. Okay,
I've just put the
like
ball
if
back in and I need to take it out again.
If you compare, like, I don't know, Toyota and Honda, right? Let's say Toyota has been using the same manufacturing process for the last 5 years, but Honda has recently changed their manufacturing process to something that's newer. Does that mean Honda cars are better automatically? No, right?
It honestly depends on the thing and which matters more. Like, does one last longer, or is this like, oh, like that's just a better radio and that doesn't matter kind of thing?
I didn't mean to extend my metaphor that far, but sure, yeah.
There you go.
How much better do you think the 11th gen Intel is in comparison to Ryzen and Intel right now? I think Rocket
They have
Lake.
11th gen?
No,
Since
it doesn't.
when?
It's coming out in the next few months.
Yeah,
I think Rocket Lake.
What was it you said? Q1?
Yeah, Q1. I think Rocket Lake will be better than like basically everything we have available right now, but I don't think it's going to be by that much. I think it's going to be a sort of stopgap stall generation until Intel is able to completely transition into Alder Lake, which will be coming in 2022, I believe. So, yeah, there you go. How important is core count for multitasking? Important. Although RAM is also important for that. When people say multitasking, a lot of the time they mean like I have Spotify, Discord, and Minecraft open at the same time. I'm such a multitasker. Like, no. Like 2 of those tasks are extremely insignificant in the grand scale of computing. And one of those tasks, Minecraft in particular, is also very negligible in terms of core
Of the
count.
3 you just listed, I think Discord is probably the most system taxing.
Anyways, so yeah, it really depends.
Discord
like
runs
when people say
horribly on my computer, but Minecraft's fine.
When people say multitasking, like they mean very different things a lot of the time. So it really depends.
What's the common one?
I think most people, when they say multitasking here, when I ask them what they mean, it's like I have like Chrome and Discord and Spotify and a game open, so that means I'm multitasking because I'm doing several things at once, right? No, multitasking would be like several demanding applications open at the same time and for good reason. Like, let's say you are doing, you know, media production, content creation, you're an animator or something like that, and you genuinely have use for several applications that are intensive running at the same time. That would be multitasking. Or if you're running several VM instances, or if you're working with several models at the same time that you're training, that would be multitasking. But it's like, you know, you're just
what's the
have
way?
Spotify
What
open
causes
while you're
input
gaming.
delay?
Sorry?
What causes it?
What causes input delay exactly? Like when it comes to keyboard and mice?
Like a ton of shit. There's like everything between you and the game server has a potential to cause input delay. So there's no one thing that causes input delay.
Not just that, it's also your mouse itself, like what kind of mouse it
Yeah, that's part of the
responds,
chain. Yep.
and the monitor. So
From the peripherals you use, to the CPU you use, to the memory you have, to the internet connection you have, to the server you choose to connect to, like there's so many different factors that can affect what you want
Wait,
to
can
call
I
input
swear
delay.
on your stream or like?
Yeah, as long as
just-
there's no slurs.
Okay,
I'm fine.
it's not. So, what was it? Whenever I'm streaming, well, granted, this was a while back before my internet was upgraded. But whenever I stream and I'm playing a game, like I'm streaming my game, if I have Discord open, my game just feels really shitty. Like it just feels super delayed, and I don't know.
Whenever you
going
stream, your game feels shitty?
Yeah, and whenever I seem to get like close Discord off, it seems to be a little better. I don't know why.
Have you ever considered why that is?
In your browser.
Usually,
hardware acceleration.
No, I use the Discord application. I don't use it on the browser.
Is that based on Electron?
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, it's basically Chrome.
Yep.
So that'll be hardware acceleration, basically.
Yep.
So what should I do to fix that?
Isn't there a flag with Electron that you can use to turn off hardware acceleration? If I'm right,
It's in the settings actually, yeah.
Yeah.
In Discord?
Yep.
Okay. Thanks.
SolidWorks is solidly. Did you say solidly? Okay, no, I'm imagining things. It's single core, dual core oriented most of the time, unfortunately. SolidWorks and Photoshop in the background with hundreds of Chrome tabs. Why do you have hundreds of Chrome tabs? Why? I don't understand people like you. Why would you do that to yourself? Why would you do that to your computer?
No, technically because then you could access like 5 billion different YouTube pages depending on your
Dude, I
mood.
have like 10 tabs at most. And I work on like I have a genuine reason to have like a lot of tabs
using
open.
6 gigs of RAM with
Like
like
I'm
5
reading like a bunch of reviews at the same time or something, and I'm like compiling data.
Vegas. Like why open Chrome like with like 10 tabs? It just sucks 6 gigs of RAM.
Because it's there. It's there. Like I've said this
I
before.
remember that question my friend that asked my friend when he said that nanometer thing. I think I was asking him, why does AMD make more, like they focus on making more cores, whereas Intel seems to focus on making singular cores, like better performance. And I asked him, why is that?
Because AMD focus on speed
Kind of a good
more
question.
than optimization.
I mean, are you talking about like very recently? Yeah, are you talking about very recently? Because like AMD, for example, with Ryzen 3000, pushed for 16 and 12 core CPUs in the mainstream, whereas that was not really a thing before. So if you're referring to that in particular, it's because AMD can capitalize on their chiplets, which are what they use to scale core counts so well. Basically, what AMD does is they chop their CPU up into a bunch of different parts, into like a bunch of groups of cores, basically. And because of that, typically if you had like a 16-core CPU and it was monolithic, if one of the cores was bad, you wouldn't be able to make a 16-core CPU. You'd have to like throw it out or bin it down to like a 12-core or whatever, which is expensive. Whereas with AMD, if you have like, 4-core chiplets, if one of your cores is bad on one of the chiplets, you can just throw that chiplet out. You have 3 good chiplets, and you can have one of those chiplets in there. You can throw like another good chiplet in there. So it's a good strategy for scaling up, but obviously AMD also faces latency penalties, which is part of the reason they have worse, perceived single-threaded performance.
Why do you call it penalties?
because that's what it is. It's a penalty.
Oh,
The
oh no, that
definition
just
of the
sounded
word.
like a legal term or something.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know if you were talking about like
Whereas
literally. Or
Intel
just...
right now focuses on monolithic dies, and because of that, scaling to high core counts is expensive and usually not worth going into. Unless you go into like really high margin parts like Xeons and
It seems like Intel is going to start putting more cores and focusing just to compete with AMD.
No, actually, Rocket Lake is scaling back from 10 cores on the top SKU to 8 cores.
Really?
Yeah, it's going back down to 8. So, interesting. Best GPU company?
Radeon or Nvidia?
ATI.
Nvidia.
No, actually, sorry.
ATI.
3DFX is the best GPU company.
Back then.
3DFX?
Right now.
What?
Okay, is that a serious question? Like, are you actually asking like what's the best GPU company, or like what's going on? What's a bouncer? It's basically a voice channel specialized mod, basically.
You're in a real troll mood right now, aren't you?
Okay. Is there a confirmed release time for the 6800 XT? I do not mean date, I mean the clock. Yeah, typically releases happen at 9 a.m. Eastern, and that happened for like the last 3 launches or so expect it to be around then.
Is that?
Oh, I
what's
just
up with
realized,
that
yeah,
AMD?
tomorrow's the 18th, isn't it? Yeah, God, I have to wake up early. Okay.
I heard that there's some kind of like AMD Threadripper 2660 that's supposedly like their fastest one.
Threadripper 2000 series is definitely not their fastest Threadrippers anymore. Maybe you're thinking about the 3990X?
It was in the thousands and it was Threadripper and it had like an X in it.
I mean, all Threadrippers are in the thousands and have X in them.
Yo, could you take a wild guess as to what game Velocity is playing right now?
I'm good. You can't mute/ban people? I can. Most of the time they're fine unless the model has design issues.
Do that
like
to me right now. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I have a browser for each of my workspaces and stuff piles up. Sounds like a you problem.
Is Opera GX better than?
Oh.
Too loud.
It's fine, boys. I got him. We're fine. It's all good.
Something from outer space. I got a question for you, man.
Wait, what was his name? It was like Speedy. It was like Speedy Pro, bro, right?
Yeah. I'm 15. Why are you calling me a cutie and
I'm joking.
All right, fellas.
Yeah, it seems like a real jokey pedophile.
All right, guys. Let's
Okay, relax.
not
Everyone just relax.
let's not call each other pedophiles, please. Thank you.
If you want the screenshots, this kid's a little fucking sus.
All right,
let me read this.
dude.
Text
If
me.
you okay, hold on. There's no need to say anything here. If you have a problem with someone and you think they're breaking our server rules, we have an admin mail bot that you can message and give them evidence there. Okay? But there's no need to air out your dirty laundry in a public voice call where we're trying to do build advice. So
you a pedophile? You a pedophile? That would go on.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you your last warning.
I just came back. What's going on?
Again, this is your Don't air out your dirty laundry in a public voice call.
Hey, yo, this just happened like 5 minutes ago.
I understand. And if this is a problem to you,
sucks, though. That's what he wants from me.
I understand.
I just come here to learn some about computer
I
parts. not this.
understand. If this is a problem to you, you can message admin mail, but don't bring it into here, okay? And if you continue to, I will mute you.
What happened?
Holy shit, I was just
And then we can ban you for abusing admin.
Holy shit, I was just trolling with the guy because we went in a weird conversation.
Hey, Aegis, when it comes to CPUs, so I know there's 2 CPU architectures, PGA and LGA, and
That's not an
AMD
architecture.
used one.
That's a socket
I mean,
type.
what's it called? Yeah, whatever.
All my PTA homies.
Anyways, so could you technically buy? I know AMD uses. I can't remember. I think AMD is the PGA.
Yep.
Okay, so if I were to buy a Threadripper, technically, would it be the same? Well, I mean, if it said the same socket, would it fit, or is it bigger than an? Because I have like an AMD Ryzen 5 1400.
No, the Threadripper is a different socket. It's TR4.
Okay.
All right.
So it could
Just
fit
because
on
it's
anyone
like
else.
LPGA or
Cubex.
whatever, there's a lot of
All my
different
PGA
types of it.
homies, it's Precision Gamer Array. That's what PGA is. Precision Gamer Array.
I thought that means plant grid array.
No, we're joking. It's pin.
Dude, I'm
it's
on
pin
ball
grid
grid
array.
away. Come on.
It's pin grid array.
Yeah.
I don't like
So it
pins
means
at
no one
all.
could fit. No one could
I'm
fit.
I'm
in
sorry.
Plant?
I'm
Did
sorry.
you just say plant?
No, I didn't.
I'm sorry,
Okay, I
Death by
messed
Duck.
up. My bad.
I'm sorry, Death by Duck. I feel
Land
I
grid
feel you
array
right
and
now.
pin grid array. Yeah. That's what
I feel you, bro.
Whatever.
Okay, all right. That guy is
That was interesting.
he's quite
to say
excited.
the least.
Okay. So I got a question. Should I
No
get a
one could-
motherboard with Wi-Fi, or should I get one without and be able to get a better Wi-Fi adapter to put in the motherboard? Good question. So yeah, here's the thing with motherboards. Typically, if a motherboard with Wi-Fi is cheaper than getting a motherboard that doesn't have Wi-Fi and then getting an adapter, it's a good idea. But the other way around can be kind of a difficult decision. Okay, so sometimes you'll have a case where you have a motherboard with Wi-Fi that comes with Wi-Fi that is more expensive than having a motherboard without Wi-Fi and then getting an adapter. But you also have to realize that a lot of motherboards that come with Wi-Fi are also just upgraded motherboards in general. So a good example of this is like the B460M Pro VDH Wi-Fi, right? It's a Wi-Fi board, but compared to the other MSI boards that are beneath it, it's not only does it have Wi-Fi, but it's also upgraded. It has 4 DIMM slots compared to like a B460M Pro. It has better VRMs. It has VRM heatsinks. It has debug features. So all of these things kind of come into consideration where it's like, yeah, maybe it's like $5 or $10 more than going with the Wi-Fi adapter route, but you do have some other things that you might want to consider as well. Yeah, not everybody thinks about those things.
Right. So right
what
now,
about like the
hold on.
B550 mortar?
Well, right now in particular, that's not actually true on B460. Right now, I would do a Wi-Fi board because B460M DS3H AC is like $80. And then for AMD Ryzen 3000, I think there's a cheap Wi-Fi board for B450, and then for B550 it'd be B550M Pro VDH Wi-Fi. So yeah,
I was looking at the B550 gigabyte Auroras, and the
James
Elite
Bond, should I
was
move
like
him?
150.
I'll move him.
What?
Just so
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have
the
a
Auroras
question.
Elite. Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Go ahead, please.
I'm
I'll
trying to
take
say
it
that.
after.
Yeah, I was talking about the gigabyte B550 Elite versus the Pro AC. Because the
Okay.
Pro AC comes with the Wi-Fi.
Yep.
And
I wouldn't get either.
price right. You wouldn't?
Yeah, just get a B550M Pro VDH Wi-Fi.
I don't know where to find that one.
Aegis, I've been told that if you want to
Can you link it?
Just literally go to newegg.com, MSI B550M space Pro dash VDH space Wi-Fi.
Aegis, I have a really good friend who participates in the server a lot, so he knows a lot about stuff. He told me that if I he knows a lot of
confidence, does it?
he's big brain basically. So
Okay,
he
yeah.
told me that if you're either gonna get a good stream or a good game. Like you're not gonna get one or
No,
the other.
that's completely wrong.
But a good, if you want to have both, you could get like a junk PC from 2050 or
No.
later on to do all the
No.
uploading.
No, I wouldn't. That sort of advice is like super outdated and just fucking wrong at this point.
What
so.
should I do?
Yeah, I don't know. Your friends, you're not the greatest at giving you information about
Well,
computers.
what should I do then? Like
Well,
if I
you
want to
can
get
just get a regular computer and stream off of it because it's pretty. There's high enough core counts, fast enough RAM.
It has nothing to do with core counts and RAM, really.
You can
not
blow
really.
me.
What? Okay.
Okay, I don't know. Poopy's got like.
He's being a bit weird. Yeah.
What makes a MSI Pro B55M good? Is
It's
if I want to
cheap.
get a.
It's cheap.
If I want to get,
and it has the
if I wanna
features
get-
most people are looking for.
Like I'm
Now I
trying to
have
get
a
a 5000 series, like AMD.
It has BIOS flashback. That's
Yeah.
fun.
It has
So
literally
Aegis-
everything. It's great.
Could I? Well, what's like a good PC that I could get that would like do all the uploading of the stream to the internet?
Basically
should I do something else?
every modern gaming PC that we recommend in this server is like up to that task. So, like, almost anything. I mean, we prefer NVIDIA GPUs if you want to do streaming, but
I thought the CPU
you can
does
still
the
do it on
encoding, though.
AMD GPUs as well. What's
you
up?
don't want to really do it on
okay, so
if you can.
Sorry, what'd you say? Someone who was asking about streaming?
Me, velocities.
Yeah, what's your question?
So like I was just wondering like what's a good a decent PC. Like I want to be able to I don't want to spend too much money. But I want to be able to have a decent stream, like, you know, half and half.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. But like, do you have a budget?
Yeah, like let's say like I have around I don't know, maybe I'm thinking maybe $500.
Okay. Yeah, that's
I don't know
doable.
if that's bad. I don't know.
That's doable. Yeah.
It's doable, yeah.
The 3060 is rumored to have 12 gigs of VRAM, which is more than any 3000 series card right now. Bullshit. You've mentioned that if a card has more VRAM than it needs, then it's not very useful anyways. That's true. So are all the cards released right now bottlenecked by their own VRAM? No. What? How did you come to that conclusion? How did you come to that conclusion? Yeah, it's just weird. Weird, champ.
Magic.
When
Okay,
I change my build, could you share your thoughts? Oh, you're in stream. Okay, cool. I was worried because you're like not in here.
So,
NVEG Poggers. Also, Colin, thanks for the bits, but again, is that a serious question or like, because if it's not a serious question, then Gerald answered. I mean, sorry, if it is a serious question, Gerald answered your question. It's like, yeah, I don't. Anytime anybody asks me a question on like, is this a good brand, or is this the best brand, or is this a bad brand? It's like I never recommend by brand. It's always by specific products. You know, you gotta stay on your toes.
I have one more question. Just real quick.
What?
So when it comes to buying a you said that with this budget with like $500 is good. What are a couple things that I should focus on when searching for a PC to upload my stream and all that stuff?
Honestly, provided you pick recent parts, it's gonna be difficult to make a system that's gonna be completely garbage at streaming. I would prioritize trying to get like a 1650 Super used or new if you can. But that's basically it. You know, the rest of your system just looks like a pretty standard gaming PC, you know?
That's a GPU, right? That's a NVIDIA? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, just
Thank you.
I sent you a build that I'm planning on doing later in the year. Could you review it?
Sure,
just,
yeah.
If you don't mind.
Yeah, if you want to send me something, put in voice chat text, because I'm fine with getting DM'd.
so
It's just easier for me to look at voice chat text.
Okay, let me just do it like that. I can save you time. Sorry, I don't want to waste it.
No, it's fine.
So, in your opinion, if I'm getting like an R5 5600, which GPU you would recommend for the 30,000 series? Or is there not much difference?
I would wait for the current AMD GPUs to be released, which is tomorrow.
Oh,
and see how they perform.
What is the current AMD GPUs?
The 6800, 6800 XT, and 6900 XT. They're all coming out tomorrow.
I'll be getting the 600 XT. It's just I can't put it on my PC pod pick list.
Okay, again, if you're planning on getting the new AMD GPUs, I'm not gonna really like my list help is not gonna be very useful to you because things are gonna change a lot tomorrow based on how these cards perform. So.
Didn't the cards already come out?
No, tomorrow.
For example, if a 3080 Ti released with 6 more gigs of VRAM and it has better performance, then the original amount wasn't enough, right?
Yeah.
That's assuming that VRAM is the only relevant spec for GPUs. Which is, VRAM is probably one of the least important, actually. Like, because manufacturers very rarely pack too little VRAM. Contrary to what most people think. Manufacturers very rarely pack too little VRAM into their cards for the performance targets that those cards are relevant for.
Even my GT 710 is 2 gig.
Is more important depending on certain games, because there's some games that are very CPU intensive that needs a lot more RAM.
That's not VRAM and RAM is not the same thing.
No, I'm not saying RAM. I'm saying VRAM.
The GPU bound and VRAM is two different.
Yeah.
Ages, is it true?
Did AMD's GPU encoding get any better recently? AMD's GPU coding has not actually gotten any better. It's the same as it has been since like VCN2, but or sorry, VCE2 I should say. But it's still pretty decent. The main problem is it's more taxing on the GPU than NVENC is. It's less efficient as well, but it's still usable. Like if you have a 5700 XT, you're not gonna be crying while you're streaming. Like it's gonna be okay.
Ages.
Yep.
Do you play first-person shooters?
Yep.
Are you good at them?
Yep.
No.
You play Call of Duty?
Nope.
Oh, not good enough.
I just haven't played.
Then I guess.
Never
You
bothered.
probably play like, well, I mean, Overwatch doesn't count though because it's not really a real first-person shooter.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Are we
I'm muting you.
gatekeeping? Are we gatekeeping over here?
Okay. I'll look at your build,
Like,
Blacknet.
not a cartoon game, like a real one.
Dude, Overwatch is probably the most mechanically intensive game I've ever played. And that's coming from like a former competitive CS player. So, yeah, I like it. I think it's a good game. I mean, yeah, it doesn't look. It looks cartoony, but damn, is that game fucking polished? What a fucking polished game that is! Holy shit!
Oh, also, the second thing is it possible to run a computer with 8 gigs of RAM?
Is it possible?
Mine's 8 gigs of RAM.
Yeah, I think more
Mine
people
RAM.
run their computers on 8 gigs than 16 gigs, dude.
Hey, buddy, just to know, I've been running a PC for the last year on 4 gigs of RAM.
Yeah, there you go.
Wait,
It's
I thought you
possible.
had-
DDR3.
It's possible,
Wait, so
guys.
a $500 or $600 PC with 8 gigs of RAM is not bad.
No, a $600 PC should definitely have 16 gigs of RAM. Like going from 16 to 8 on a new PC is like you'd have to be at an extremely low budget to make that compromise.
Yeah. I thought it was a good idea.
These days you need to have 16 gigs.
No, you should have 16 gigs like straight down to like Optiplex territory. Honestly, Optiplex territory, you would still probably upgrade the RAM there.
And also, your
can you look at my?
Was bad.
Hold on. Competitive CS:GO player in bronze. Okay, when I say I stomp bronzes, I'm joking. Okay.
You're probably not even good at. Wait, you
I'm
play
joking.
CS:GO?
I swear.
You play CS:GO?
Am I good at CS:GO? I was pretty good at CS:GO, but
So
I haven't
you're
played in like
okay.
5 years.
CS:GO doesn't run properly on mine.
Ages, I
so
bet I could
just
beat you in any
don't
first-person
play it.
shooter, like any first-person shooter. Like,
Steven is
hands
trying
down.
to pick a fight right now.
Yeah,
I don't like those.
Steven's trying to start shit right now. I see it. I'm for it. Top 500? No, I'm not top 500. Dude, I picked up this game like 2 months ago. You think I'm gonna be top 500?
He's not even top. He's bottom.
I'm bottom 500. Dude, I'm not even bronze. I'm like wood. I'm stone, bro. I'm a stone player. All right. All right, let me go over this list quickly. Blacknet. Hold up. Did you talk about what's up with this list?
Did you look at my
I didn't say
build,
anything, right?
Aegis?
Yeah, I'll look at yours
Look
too.
at
don't worry.
mine.
Okay, 5900X, weird choice. If this is for gaming, out of the question. Again, D15, overkill here. Good cooler, but too expensive. X570 Tomahawk, you spent basically like 2 times more money than you need to spend on a motherboard for basically zero benefit. Even for a 5900X. Why are you buying 2 separate kits of Viper Steel? Just get one. Just get one 2x16 kit, you know? You want dual rank, you get dual rank. It's cheaper, it's
Get your
better,
4400
the kit's qualified together. Like, why would you do this? And also that's expensive for like a pretty mediocre kit. A really weird SSD. Oh, you already have that, okay. I was like, why do you have a D3 S4510? 6800 XT, I don't know if I can recommend it yet. I mean, let's hope it's good, but we'll see tomorrow. Meshify C, definitely not worth 85. Even for the TG version. Focus Plus Platinum, nice unit, but not worth 180 for 850 watts, so definitely not that either. I'm assuming you had this from before. G7 is fine. There you go. That's the summary. Okay, let me read through some of the quick questions here. Based on price to performance, what would be better, 3070 or 3080? 3080. Yeah. Once you account for diminishing returns, 3080 is actually a better value GPU than the 3070 at 4K with no CPU bottleneck. Obviously, at 1080p things are a different story, but why the fuck are you buying a 3070 or 3080 at 1080p?
I'm getting 1440p.
Sure, that works. Good compromise for that. Gotta go play a real FPS. Oh, he's leaving with the flames. He's leaving with the flames. All right. Something from outer space. I will look at your list. Okay. Did I look at this before?
No. I don't think so.
No, I definitely looked at this before.
Oh, okay. Then I don't remember talking
You just
to you.
you just added a webcam and you
Oh yes, so you did, but you didn't say anything. I didn't hear anything. Then.
You didn't hear anything? I spent like 10 minutes on this thing. Okay, whatever. Okay,
Wow.
let's just
Oh
roll
fuck!
with the
I
punches.
remember you now. I remember now. You did. Was it you that told me about the custom airflow?
The what?
The fan, the one fan, because the fan text was good enough.
Yeah, that was me. Yeah.
Oh shit! I'm so sorry. Okay, sorry for wasting your time.
Wait. Did I say like the fan is wait.
Well,
Hold on.
I think it was you in a group of two. If I now remember now, it was
I
two
definitely wasn't
people
in a group of two.
Well, there was another one, another guy that told me to get one individual fan if I wanted as an outtake.
That's dumb. Okay, anyways, I'll just roll through this list really quickly, and if it sounds familiar, then stop me. 5600X, definitely not worth 350 euros. That's awful. B550,
Why?
because the 10600K is much likely to be much cheaper than that. So let's take a look. If I'm wrong, then I'll cry, but we'll see.
It's supposed to be $300.
Yeah, 10600K is literally 250. It's 100 euros cheaper. Like, the 10600K and 5600X are semi-competitive when they're near the same price. But the 10600K is literally 100 euros cheaper. So
10600K.
look, Ryzen
Never had
5000, it looks nice, but in a lot of countries, it's priced so high. Like that $300 MSRP was scaring me off, scaring a lot of people off, and now we're having valid reasons to think that because it's kind of biting AMD in the ass right now. So,
The i7 10700, the i7.
No, the i5 10600K, same core count.
Okay, and is it as good?
It's as good, yes.
But if I consider the fan and everything with it.
Yep, still accounting for that. Yep.
Okay, let's i7. Oh fuck!
Okay, look,
and
if you're not buying now, you don't need to do this now. I'm just telling you like what to think about. B550 carbon Wi-Fi, it's fine, but it's certainly not worth 200 euros either, given that you could spend like half-ish of that money and experience no loss, basically. 32 gigs of RAM is... Are you just gaming on this build?
No.
What are you doing on this build?
I'm planning on possibly going into editing and streaming.
Okay. Okay, 2x16
Have
is
you
fine
still
then?
got those?
Okay, they're like crumbs at this point. I'm just lazy. 2x16
I was
is...
gonna say, I thought you finished them ages
2
ago.
hours ago. No, you had 4 chips left an hour ago.
Yeah, and I just have like the little crumbs left on my plate that I'm eating as like a, I don't know, tactile exercise. The 32 gigs of RAM here is fine then, but 32 gigs for 186 euros is also awful.
Considering the CL16 3600 megahertz,
that doesn't help its case. Okay. Yeah. 1 plus 2 terabyte SSD plus hard drive is fine. If you need like around 2-3 terabytes. If you need less than that and you think you might upgrade later, I would just stick with only the 1 terabyte. And then if you need more than that, then I would consider getting a larger hard drive if you think you might exceed that. But again, you know, we can have that conversation later. The SSD I noted when I was talking about your list is probably the only non-questionable choice in this entire list. The SSD is good as it is. So that's fine. 3080 Founders, 3080 Founders is far and away the worst 3080, and it's the only 3080 I flat out don't recommend. So yeah, I don't suggest that.
I'm not getting the 3080, I'll be getting the 6800 XT.
Okay, well, I mean, we'll see how it goes. We'll see if AMD's cards are good. If they're good, then sure, I'll recommend them. If not, then you know, Nvidia.
Oh, yes.
P408 digital is not worth 120 euros. That's an awful price for that case. You know, don't get me wrong, it's a good case, but it's not worth like 120 euros. No, thank you.
I know but the thing is, we will get via VAT, and the prices are insanely expensive in France.
Yeah, I know. Like even comparing to other cases, like I'm comparing with other cases that compete with it. 120 euros is not acceptable. The power supply is probably the other part, the only other part here that comes close to being not questionable as well. Because I'm too lazy to check power supply prices in France right now, but 112 euros for a Whisper M750 seems pretty good.
You saying, but like, what is a case around that for P400A?
I mean, I can look right now. Give you some examples that are just cheaper and equally good. Let's take a look. ATX, no power supply, tempered glass, power supply shroud.
And your
Cheapest to most
computer's fucking
expensive. Let's see. Metallic Gear Neo Air, 60 euros. There you go. There's your answer. I didn't think it would be 60 euros, but it's 60 euros. That's nice. Okay.
Metallic
Gear Neo Air. I found an EVGA 1070 for 400 bucks on
I've got that on my
Amazon. Should
shopping
I
list on
buy?
Amazon. I was looking at that a while ago.
If you want to pay like, oh my god,
Twice as much.
Sorry.
Funny.
I actually think of not getting a case with tempered glass
Okay.
because I never cared about the look.
If you want to pay $250 more than that GPU is worth, then go for it. Windows 10. Yeah, don't pay 13 quid for 13 euros for Windows 10. If you need help activating Windows 10, you can ask me. Just DM me when you're done with your build, and I'll help you activate Windows 10. 27-inch 1080p is a little bit confusing here for a secondary. I'd go 24-inch and like turn it sideways or something. But 27-inch 1080p plus 27-inch 1440p is a little unpleasant. So, bit weird there. Either go 27-inch 1440p or 24-inch 1080p. Especially if you're like right next to a 1440p monitor. That would look a bit strange. XV272U is a good monitor, but 380 euros, I think there's probably something cheaper. HyperX Cloud 2 we talked about. That's fine if you don't want to do headphones plus mic and you're really dead set on going like mainstream brand for audio. That's fine.
Jeez, I think I never heard this part because we like okay. What is certain? Okay, so but what is a cheap good mic?
A cheap good mic? I don't know if Monoprice ships to France, but if the Monoprice stage right ships to France, then the Monoprice stage right.
I
And if
don't
that's
like
not available,
Monoprice, to be honest. It's like
why don't
it's
you like
super
Monoprice?
super cheap. Because it's super super cheap. Like
Isn't that a
the
good thing?
quality is not the yeah, but the quality is never that great.
I don't know about that. I've bought a lot of Monoprice products and recommended a lot of Monoprice products.
Monoprice, like their wires
from
and
Ethernet
everything. I like.
cables to adapters
Yeah,
to
yeah,
monitors.
but those are wires once
to
again.
keyboards.
That's what they're good at. That's the wires.
I mean, that was one of the 4 product examples I just gave there. Like, they have a lot of really good products that are basically like OEM ripping almost. Like, it's like Amazon Basics type shit, but it's actually good. So, I think Monoprice is very underrated, like as a brand and as a company.
Okay, I collect. Fuck.
I would say that the only time you get a Monoprice is if you get like Ethernet cables and all those stuff you described in the first few examples. That's it.
I mean, that's a lot of things, but okay. Webcam C920 HD Pro. At that price point, you're kind of open to like doing some other wonky shit, like getting a used DSLR, but whatever. Again, mouse mat I can't really comment on, so I don't really recommend that. G502 Hero is certainly not a mouse we recommend anymore. Look into like the Basilisk X Hyperspeed. It's a similar shape, just better mouse overall, lighter, and it's wireless too. So poggers.
Can I get it without wires? With wire?
Why would you want a wire?
I don't know. I just want that hassle of just charging and all that kind of stuff just out of my head.
Okay. I mean, wireless mice have a wired option, so you can just keep it plugged in all the time. So.
Yeah, I think that's probably what I would do because like
okay.
there's just one thing to charge. Cause I've got so many fucking things to charge. It's crazy.
Metallic Gear Skiron. Yeah, I talked about this earlier. Unnecessary fan here, but it's a good fan from what I am aware of. It's at least okay. SteelSeries Apex 7 TKL, talked about this already too. If you're spending this much money on a keyboard, you should definitely be going for an enthusiast tier keyboard and not SteelSeries. Why is he paying 160 euros for a keyboard other than the Apex Pro? Are you insinuating that the only keyboards worth paying for in that price range are the Apex Pro? Because I'm going to commit a war crime if that's what you're insinuating.
You wanted that
I'm about to commit a war crime. GMMK Pro honestly might be the best keyboard on the higher end that's going to be regularly in stock and not a group buy. That is if Glorious doesn't have teething issues like they do on almost every product.
Can you say the name? Again?
Whose name?
The name of the keyboard.
GMMK Pro. No, I was just reading somebody's message in Twitch chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If you're wanting anything better than a GMMK Pro, you're going GB Custom. That is true. That is true. Or you're going Leopold. You're going Leopold. But then again, Leopold keyboards and GMMK Pro are very different audiences. If the GMMK Pro has build quality issues, I'll be disappointed. Look, if they fix it soon, like they did with the GMMK, I won't be that unhappy. You know, GMMK had teething issues, you know, shitty stabs, bad dampening, case was mediocre, no detachable cable. They fixed all 4 of those issues, you know, within like a year. Although a year is kind of long. You could get a hot swappable board and buy switches. Okay, I guess you could. But not everyone wants to do that. I bought Keymove Snow Fox. Ever heard of it? Yeah, we recommend the Keymove Snow Fox here sometimes. Depends on price, but it is a mainstream rec.
Then what is a good alternative for Steel Series?
For sorry?
The Steel Series.
Oh, I would send you to the peripherals channel and ask them for help there for a keyboard.
Okay.
Because that involves a bit of an interview process. Can I DM you a build list request on Black Friday? On Black Friday?
Okay.
I'm probably going to be inundated on Black Friday, but sure. I have a Hyper 212 Black, and I'm considering putting one of my extra fans on there for a push-fill config. How much can I expect it to help my thermals? First of all, do you even have a clip for that? And second, probably not that much. Cool. Womir K87 is your TKL RGB hot swap cheap pro option. Yes, it is. Worm gang. We're all part of the worm gang.
All right. Are you gonna look at the other builds we posted?
I don't see any other builds. Oh, you posted
I
the wrong
posted-
link. You posted the wrong link. Look at your link.
Oh.
Yeah, you see that? Yeah. This is the proper link. What do you
What
think
kind
will
of
happen
link?
on Black Friday sales wise? The same thing that's happened every year, which is people panicking and decent sales happening. Like, where
Is it
should I
the
be
safe
looking
part
and
list?
what should I be looking for? I mean, you can come back here. I'm definitely going to be discussing Black Friday deals like in a week.
Question. Is it in the saved list I have or somewhere else? I have to
I don't know.
link it.
Did you save it or not? I have
I
no
did
idea
save
what
it.
goes
I
on.
did save it.
Yeah, so you can go to like r/build-a-PC sales, which is a subreddit.
Yeah.
r/build-a-PC sale.
No, yeah,
Fuck,
I'm
I
in the
spelled that
PC
wrong.
part tape picker right now.
Remove
Like,
the W from that, by the way, and or slickdeals.net also has decent tracking on PC part sales. So yeah, there you go. You can look at that shit, and don't always go for like the most upvoted stuff. Build a PC sales upvote some really dumb shit sometimes, but
Yeah, like their power
yeah.
supplies. Yeah, don't.
Yep. EVGA gold. It's a unit from 6 years ago. Poggers, let's upvote it.
G3? Oh yeah.
No, dude, EVGA GQ 650 watt for $100. Wow,
Why?
Poggers. And that's after rebate. Do you know any German that can help me buy a 5600X and a 3080? I have till February to get those. February is a long time. I think you'll be fine. Yeah, that's a long time. If you said like I need it, if you said like I need it by next week, that'd be maybe a bit tight. But if you need it by next February, Intel has new CPUs coming up by next February, and there's going to be other options like, you know, AMD's GPUs and lower end NVIDIA GPUs and AMD GPUs by then as well. So,
But I
you
mean,
know.
at the same time, looking at the prices right now and availability, it doesn't look bright in terms of.
I mean,
don't
we're
know,
talking
till
like
January.
2.5 months from now. So there's no knowing what's gonna happen by then. So, you know.
But I mean, if I can buy them now, I'll be up to it. I have the money. I just needed to have it available.
I mean, if it's not urgent and you're willing to wait until February, I do that. Like, if you have a
Yeah,
system right now
I'm
that you're not
actually-
struggling with, then you know I do that.
Yeah, right now I have a 10-year.
I know what it is.
I'm just a friend of mine is coming
What does
back
Finka
from
do?
Germany, and I need to send it to him. That's why I was looking to buy
Parisian.
like December or January.
I think
to get
What is
one.
Parisian? Is it like Persian Parmesan? What's that?
everybody says the same thing. That's funny. All right.
Persian Parmesan.
Persian
Boogers.
Parmesan.
Yes, boogers. Nodders. Smilers. Okay.
So do mind this, I did not put SSD or mouse or keyboard because I have some of those. Whoa. Yeah, just know that I didn't put a lot because I have some of those already.
Oh boy, is that a Pevia Prestige? Oh boy. Nodders.
I saw it because it was like 800 watts with the smallest price.
Yeah, that is okay. This is a prime example of why you don't buy using just wattage and efficiency rating, because then you end up with an Apevia Prestige, and you don't want to end up with an Apevia Prestige.
Oh, do you know what's interesting?
Don't be like
Okay.
Timmy.
I was talking to Penguin the other day, and they think that Jenny
what
thinks
do you
thinks
recommend?
like from Andy's and like an H6 type of thing.
Oh, okay, so just mediocre, not like.
Well,
terrible.
it doesn't have OTP, so we're not going to recommend it.
Oh, okay, never mind. Okay.
So what do you recommend when it comes with power?
Well, first of all, when it comes to lists in general, I would probably wait like a week from now to start planning your list, because there are some new parts coming out and there's better Black Friday sales by then. So what I recommend to you now, even if you want me to recommend something to you now, is going to change by then. So yeah. If you want, I can comment on the list you have and like pretend you're buying it now for educational reasons. But besides that, yeah. Okay. 5600X is not available, and even if it was, it's like 300, which is questionable, even in North America. Yeah, especially for 1440p 144. Yeah, I might do like 10400 for now. B550 Aorus Pro AC is a nice board, but not worth 170, especially for a 5600X. You could pay like
Wi-Fi 5.
Yeah, Pro VDH Wi-Fi, and then just vibe out and like not care. Ballistics kit is nice, but only if you're manually overclocking. If you're not, which you're probably not, go for like a kit that's like $25 less. 3000 C16, you know how it goes. Neo Air I'm cool with. Power supply, change that to something else, obviously. I'd straight up rather you go for like the Segotep because it's cheaper. And if you're gonna go for like a mid power supply, you may as well go for the Segotep. 27GL-A3A for MSRP or for standard 380, not really, not that either. Black Friday monitor sales will be much better. So basically, change everything.
That's fine.
Besides the case.
I have a question, Aegis. What do you think of the Verge $2,000 PC build?
Oh no. I think it was a young man who had dreams of making a gamer PC, who did not do enough research, and so the internet pinned him to a wall and yeeted him up the butt. That's what happened.
Gave him death threats, of course.
Yes. Gulads.
He did get death threats.
Yes. Oh, did he actually?
Yeah.
For making a bad PC guide?
No,
Well,
not for
thing
that.
is, he kind of
Not for that. He
overreacted.
was putting thermal paste, like 5 kilos of thermal paste onto the CPU.
No, I saw the video, but like, he got death threats for that?
Yeah.
Dude, bro, are these the same people that are watching Bitwit's videos? Like, come on, bro. Y'all slacking.
The people that send in that kind of shit
I'm not
are the
condoning...
people that...
Yeah, I'm not condoning death threats, but y'all slacking. What are you doing? Why this guy? Why this guy in particular?
Dude,
he's
Bitwood actually makes PC builds. Come on.
He actually
even though
makes
he
PC
leaks
builds.
every custom loop he makes. Yeah, come on.
Oh man.
Yeah, with the full Corsair set.
What's up, Yak? How you doing? Do I go to Micro Center before or after Black Friday? Before. Or after. Just don't go on.
Jeez, the guy would get stampled.
Whose PC build is this? I don't know, but we're gonna talk about it because it's not very good. 3600 for 200 is extreme cringe. Remember, the 3600 was $200 over a year ago, and now you're buying it for $200. That is a no-no from Aegis, especially when the 10400, which is better in gaming, is $50 less. Okay, and it's better even at 2666. So, yeah, there you go. Even if you had to go Ryzen, B550M Pro 4 is cringe. B550M Pro VDH Wi-Fi is the way, and I will continue to preach that message until it has reached all the masses. T-Force Vulcan Z for $5 more than a 3000 kit. It's fine, whatever. I mean, it's $5, whatever. Vulcan G does not have DRAM. It is SM2258XT for plus some really wacky. Actually, no, I think it's just regular 64-layer IMFT. So I thought I had like that. I thought I had like Hynix 72, but it doesn't. So yeah, trade that out for a DRM drive. Actually, just get the P1 for like 80. It's like 1 terabyte. That's pretty good. And finally, 5600 XT is not worth $20 more than its release price. Okay, especially now when there's next gen GPUs coming out. So that, my friend, is cringe, and we do not permit cringe in this stream. Okay, no cringe.
At Ryzen, moral of the story.
No, I told him to go Intel. What?
Go Ryzen.
Wait, what?
Intel's fucking dog shit, dude.
Okay, cringe takes. Cringe takes.
Cringe takes, interesting.
Cringe takes.
I mean, which one will get the better game performance? I mean, one's gonna be better.
Literally Intel. Literally Intel, my guy.
Clearly, you've never watched a Linus Tech Tips video before. This is.
I mean.
He'll always preach Ryzen.
Okay. I mean, maybe. And do I even bother responding to this?
No, you don't, because I'm right.
Okay. All right, buddy. I mean, I'll just if I have time, I'll talk about this, but yeah, whatever. Is it okay to buy a CPU and motherboard before most of everything else? I'd rather you not. You can if you want to, but I'd rather you not. Is it safe to get a 3600 megahertz with low latency kit? Why would it be unsafe to do that? I mean, maybe it's unsafe to your wallet, but it's not unsafe to get RAM that's overkill, I guess.
Am I supposed to be muted or something? I don't know if this is a fucking
No, you can talk.
stream or what.
You can talk. Doesn't matter. Linus literally gets sponsored Lamau. I guess, yeah.
Yes.
I don't think that's why he recommends Ryzen. I think that if he didn't recommend Ryzen,
I trust Linus Tech's tips.
People would be fucking angry. Yeah. Because the computer hardware community at large has a huge fucking hard-on for AMD. So, you know, as soon as there's some hint of an idea that Ryzen is perhaps not the right option at the current time, people are like, what are you doing? Intel is dog shit. Are you telling me all the YouTubers are wrong? Are you telling me the YouTubers lied to me?
I've just personally always gotten better performance from Ryzen. I'm gonna go with you here.
That is a pretty terrible reason to recommend a certain CPU brand over another.
To get better performance, there's no other reason to recommend.
Your anecdotes, which are statistically irrelevant, do not constitute a valid justification for recommending Ryzen over Intel for blanket recommendations.
Okay.
That's fine.
I remember the guy who said
we're in
higher
fucking
Caslane
r/build a PC. Like, this is some weird. This is peak Redditor shit right here. This is
this Discord is actually very unaffiliated with the Reddit subreddit. We try to distance ourselves. We just share common mods, basically.
Certainly hope so, because I fucking hate Reddit.
Yeah, I very much hate Reddit too. I actually moved here from the subreddit because I couldn't take it anymore. And that was like 2 years ago. So cool. Home. What's this? You want me to look at this list? I'll look at your list.
People just yell at me all the time. They're like, "Oh, what
just
do you
looked at
mean
this
you're not a computer master builder?" And I'm like, "The fuck you like."
I want the 5600 and just be done for a few years as well. Is that possible? Sure. Dude, people always ask, like, you know, if I buy the CPU, will I be set for like a few years? I'm like, yeah, it's not gonna blow up in like, they're not time bombs and they don't blow up in 4 years, dude. You're fine. Like, people are always like so paranoid about that shit. Like, there's like other shit to be worried about.
Just get yourself a 3090.
Dude, they're caring about CPUs when they buy
3090?
EVGA power supplies.
Just get yourself a nice old 3090. Get
If
yourself
I want
a
to go
good
peak
power
water
supply.
cooling performance, what case would you recommend? There's so many cases that are just great for water cooling, so I don't have any specific case in mind.
Don't get water cooling.
Tell him egg. Yeah.
Dude, they started shipping the Pro Siphon, so we actually now have benchmarks for that. I'm so happy.
Oh god, do we have actual benchmarks for it yet, or no? Or are we gonna have benchmarks?
We have one guy who like put it on like a 3960X to
Mhm.
like 1.4 volts, and it hit like 95C.
Yeah, that's not really telling. I mean, Okay, let's see GN review it. Let's see GN review it. Let's see computer base review it. Let's see the good reviews review it. Actually, computer base uses 1700X, so maybe not. Also, how bad are the AMD GPUs? Depends on which GPU we're talking about. Can you help me understand why, please? Understand what? What's up? What's up, dude? Would you be open to commissions? I mean, I just do this for free, but I mean, you want to sub or donate or whatever, it's up to you.
Montage of asking people.
Take the money. Take the money. He's offering money.
He's offering money. Take the money. I mean, like,
take
it's
the money.
If I get really busy, I might move to like a super chat / donation type model, but I don't foresee that happening.
He's gonna give you a whole ass 3090 worth of money. I'm just throwing it out there.
Oh boy.
It's just...
Also, about the CPU performance getting obsolete, if it's good today, it will still be pretty much the same in 4 years, even if better stuff comes out in the interim. Yeah, that's a really good point. This is something that people don't like really tend to understand. They're like,
they're not Apple batteries, you're good.
Yeah. Oh my god. That's a good meme. That's a good meme.
Before I leave, go AM.
But like, he didn't even finish his sentence. He just said go AM. Like, come on, dude. You gotta stay committed to the cause. All right. You're getting checks. Come on. But yeah, so like, if a CPU is good now compared to the rest of its competition, it's going to age well. Like, it's extremely rare that two competing products over time, one of them that's worse than the other one, or is a worse choice than the other one at a specific point in time, becomes a better choice than the other part over like the course of 3 or 4 years. That's very rare that happens. So yeah, it's like it's typically not something to worry about. If a CPU is the right choice now, you're not going to regret it in 3 or 4 years. Now, you might regret it if some new shit comes out relatively soon after you buy your parts that's like much better, but there's nothing you can do about it because you have to buy at a specific time, right? So it's like, yeah, if you can wait. If you can't, then you don't.
Unless the scalpers take it all.
Well, yeah, there's that too. Can you help me understand why the 5600 XT and 5700 XT are bad? They're not necessarily bad. They're just not
people like this shill, but they still have driver issues even when they don't.
Yeah, there's a lot of confusion about them. So here's the upsides and downsides, okay? The upsides are the 5700 XT and 5600 XT were both pretty decent value at certain points in time. I think the 5700 was like by far the standout GPU of Navi 10, at least during its relevant life cycle, because there was a point in time where 5700s were regularly like $270, $280, which is, for your information, the same price as the 5600 XT right now. And that thing could be undervolted, it could be soft power play table modded to reach the stock performance of a 5700 XT, which is insane if you think about that. That's like literally reaching 2070 performance for like under $300, which is, crazy considering that happened like last year or like earlier this year, at least it was like early this year, like last year. So it was pretty crazy, right? Good value. That's basically the only upside though. The downsides are, the 5700 XT and 5700 in particular were plagued with driver issues during the beginning cycles of their launch. It's been largely fixed since March of this year, but people are still kind of haunted by that. So some people still say AMD GPUs might have driver issues, the future ones might have driver issues. I think it's reasonable for them to be like suspicious, but these cards are not out yet. So we'll see tomorrow. And the other thing is that at least last gen, Navi 10 versus Turing, AMD GPUs were lacking in features compared to NVIDIA GPUs. Specifically things like DLSS, things like ray tracing for the people that care about that, things like tensor cores, and things like NVENC. NVENC is a big one. So because of that, the 5700 XT and 5600 XT, especially when they were competing with like the 2060 and 2070 respectively, had a bit of a tough sell because they were offering better gaming performance, but not so much that it was noticeable. It was like 5%, maybe 6%. And at the same time, they weren't offering better features, whereas NVIDIA has better features. So it's like, in that regard, during that time when they were competitive, I usually recommended NVIDIA GPUs because it's like, you know, would you rather have better features that you might make use of or you will make use of, and then have like an unnoticeably lower amount of performance, or would you rather have the opposite? And there are people that argued for the opposite, but you know, price to performance min-maxing only matters if you can actually notice it. So that's my philosophy, at least. I mean, I feel like that's pretty reasonable. So yeah, I mean, right now why they're bad is not because they're up against NVIDIA GPUs. It's because they're up against future GPUs. They're old generation, right? New generation is 6000 series, 3000 series. And those two groups of GPUs are going to have $300, $400-ish GPUs added to their families very soon. And there's no doubt in my mind that the $300/$400 GPUs are going to clap the shit out of the 5600 XT and 5700 XT. And both of those GPUs haven't gone down in price that much. So yeah, it just doesn't make sense to be buying that now if you can't, if you can afford not to. And if you have to get a GPU now, EVGA step-up exists. So that kind of insulates you from that. There you go. When are those coming out, the new AMD GPUs? Tomorrow, in fact, in like 15 hours. They're coming out in 15 hours. Exactly 15 hours as I speak.
What's the chances you think, based on just inference, that they'll be good? Just like in your own intuition.
I mean, I think they'll be competitive, but whether they'll be worth buying? See, here's the thing about AMD's last two launches. And when I say last two, I mean CPU and GPU. So Ryzen 5000, RX 6000. They've been too close to call. Like with something like, you know, Turing, Apple Silicon, stuff like that, it's like very clear that those are clearly going to be much better than whatever's available at the time. But Ryzen 5000 and RX 6000, for different reasons, are kind of on the line. They're not like, they don't look like they're garbage. They look like they have potential, but they don't look like they're mind-blowing either. So we need benchmarks to verify whether they're worth buying or not. They're kind of just like on the fence.
I was watching the benchmarks like for the CPU, and it's pretty impressive for me.
Look, Ryzen 5000 is impressive. That's true. In a lot of regards, they're the best, you know, performing CPUs ever, really, in their categories. But they also come at a hefty price. If they were released at the same price as Ryzen 3000 was, I would have no problem recommending them to like anyone who would listen. But they're not. You have a 6-core CPU from AMD that's now $300. And you have Intel competition that's like $230 to $250.
The 5600 is $300.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's a problem.
So they're more expensive.
Yep. Because the
I didn't know
3600, which was sort of the equivalent from last year, was released at 200. Yep. So AMD CPUs looking much less competitive than they did 6 months ago, which is not something I thought I would be thinking now. But yeah, the old ones are going back up in price and the new ones are staying at a high price. So it sucks. What do you think the price point will be for the new AMD GPUs? That's already been announced. It's like 580, I think. 580, 650, and 1000. Is it? No. Hold on. Let me go check the pin. I have a
have
pinned
they
message
released
in
the
Harvard
specs
discussion
like in the
yeah, they
specs
have,
of each of them?
Yeah, it's 580, 650, and 1000. Okay, good. I'm not dumb.
So based on the specs you saw, what do you think about them?
I have no idea. Because they're just specs, right? It's like getting core count and clock speed on new CPUs, but you don't know how the architecture performs, so you have no idea how it will scale. So
my 9590 ran at 5 gigahertz. What
Damn.
performance do I get?
Crazy. Well, it's 5 gigahertz, and that's better than all the AMD CPUs right now. So that's right, boys. FX 9590. Let's go. Sell your Ryzen CPUs. We're going back to FX, boys. Let's go.
Dude, I can just get my RAM
When
latency
Aegis
so
keeps recommending
low.
people RDNA 2 GPUs but can't stream Overwatch on his own PC. Sag. I can. It's just like 480p 60. Big Sag. Hey, so I'm building my first PC and I need help picking out parts. Yeah, sure, dude. Although I recommend picking parts in like a week, not now. Cause new AMD GPUs, new shit, better part sales for Black Friday because it's closer. Yeah. Do it. Stream Overwatch. No. I can stream Overwatch on Discord, not on Twitch. On Twitch, it's worse. It's even worse. Trust
so
me.
you said to me to get the Seasonic, right, for the power supply.
No.
No.
Nope.
Said they get an AX 1600i.
Oh god. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that either, but
Well, it's actually went up like $100 since like the beginning
look,
of the year.
that's the price you pay for trying to join Totem Pole Gang.
So then, what's a good low cost power supply? I know the Black Friday is coming up, but I just want to compare
There's a
it
lot
to
of
that.
them. Power supplies, SSDs, and monitors are like probably the three most diverse, and maybe cases too, but those three are probably the three most diverse like products or parts in your PC or related to your PC, and yet a lot of them are just kind of like the similar to each other. So they're diverse as in like there's a lot of selection, but a lot of the parts are like similar to each other. Like a lot of the SSDs, like there might be like 300 SSDs that all share the same like 15 designs basically. So because of that, it's basically like whatever's cheapest at the time for a specific design. So unless you want me to list off like all the power supplies that we typically recommend,
I got this.
No.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'd come back closer to Black Friday.
Yeah, because like when I looked at the one I picked, like, you did not like a Pivia, which I have no idea.
we
about that
we don't like that. So what is
everything else
in
is fine, but a Pivia.
what is an alternative to the 5600 XT and 5700 XT? Either get an EVGA 2060 and step up, wait for the 3060, or wait for the 3060/6700/XT or whatever they call it. Oh my god, he actually listed them.
I have 55,000 X2.
What a god, he actually listed them.
Oh my god.
I didn't get all the CW GPUs on there.
Oh my god.
Corsair HX. Oh my god.
Bro, where's the PC power and cooling silencer? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Computer virus?
What do you think of the 680X and how good is it for a custom loop? I think it's overpriced, but it's like I mean, it's the type of case that would be overpriced, so I don't expect anything out of it.
We forgot to put the AeroCool.
How good is it for a
Project 7
custom
on there.
loop? I don't think it's that good for a custom loop. I don't really think so. Did
What
you forget the
case do you suggest
AeroCool
for a
Project
custom loop
7?
then?
Oh my
Yeah,
god. I'm gonna cry.
So it's on there.
These power supplies I
That's
just
bad.
looked.
What
I
case
got
do
an
you suggest?
EVGA 2060 from Micro Center. Can I put it into EVGA step up thing? Yeah, if it was new, yeah. Budget is 1,000. Okay, but Gander Soup again. Yeah, I suggest waiting like a week. Didn't you have an 8700K and a 2060 at some point? Yeah, but I sold those. Actually, I'm gonna reuse the 2060 in my SFF build because it's small enough. So whatever. No point in buying a new GPU. Actually, hold on. If I can scam someone and sell my 2060 for like 400 Canadian. I should probably do it soon though, cause
Are
like
you endorsing scamming ages?
I don't know, man. Maybe someone just really wants a 2060 right now. I don't know. This is tough. It's real tough.
You
I
get
don't know.
scammed for money.
What case for a loop that's not the O11? There's so many out there, dude. Like, go to the
It's
water
just
cooling
one.
Discord and ask for ideas, but there's just so many out there. Like, if you want inspiration, go to the r/water cooling subreddit. Look at some of the the popular posts. Pick a
Literally
case.
most of them say O11.
Pick a case that you like the cut. You like your cut.
I like the 680X.
Most of them are the
because of
O11. Yeah.
H slots.
Look, I'm telling you, the
For
O11D is like the basic bitch case of the PC world, and it's gonna be there for a while, so you're gonna have to live with that. But
All my homies get the Neo Cube.
that's right, Neo Cube time.
What is a
Oh,
Neo
no.
Cube?
It's the cheaper version of the O11.
Oh no. Why don't you just get a normal
Oof,
computer
can't do
case?
it. Scam is bad. Chuck me it. Yeah, I'll just throw it across the country. I'll just yeet it into the sky. Concealed. The Micro Center in my area has a deal which is 3,600 for 180, Tomahawk Max for 95. Should I pull the trigger? No. 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 Age is gonna gain truce first. Oh, trust. Age is gonna gain trust first, and then scam them. No, I don't need trust to scam people. Scammers. I'm gonna scam them anyways. Hello, 7 question marks. How are you doing? Hello. Hello, my good friend, 7 question marks. How are you doing on this fine day? Whoever dislike is mean. Wait, did Left Skull fucking dislike my stream again? Oh my god.
I think so.
I'm gonna fucking yeet Left Skull.
I'm gonna dislike you as well. I didn't know you could do that.
Oh boy, poggers. Oh boy. I'm gonna have 0 likes and 3 dislikes on all my VODs. It's gonna be pog.
How do you dislike?
How do you dislike? You just go to the video and you click dislike. That's all you gotta do. It's
I
that
don't
easy.
see dislike.
Hold on, how much are
What?
2060s going for on ebay.ca? I'm gonna check. I'm gonna see if I'm still capable of scammazing people.
I just reported you.
Scammers. RTX 2060. Let's see. Completed items. Okay, but these are brand new. So let's say used. Let's see. 365? You people are crazy. Holy. Someone sold a 2060 Founders Edition 2 days ago for 500 Canadian. Plus $90 shipping. Dude, people are nuts. That's insane. That's actually crazy.
I
Damn.
just subbed to Agus again, and I just reported him.
Sub and report. 2 polar opposites. I like it.
I
Why
just
not?
reported you aren't more moderating their chat though. Did
I
that?
am moderating the chat. No one's being bad in the chat
I
right
just
now.
hit lol for more evidence.
I'm so confused right now. I
I posted in the voice chat text.
What lies Tweaktown totally test that? Bro, we really roasting them.
What if Agus get banned from Twitch after because of me? I'll feel really bad.
He would have been the best con artist of all time.
Of all time. Sorry, I wasn't really paying attention. Sorry for being repetitive, but other than the EVG 2060 and 3060, what is another alternative to the 5600 XT and 5700 XT? Waiting for the AMD equivalent, which is like probably going to be 6700 XT, 6700, I don't know, 6600 XT, something like that. What is your opinion on the X570 Phantom Gaming 4?
No, horrible,
Sir,
bad. No.
cringe posting is not allowed in voice chat text, and if you continue to overstep your boundaries, I will have to remove your posting privileges from this channel. Oh no. He just thonks on me. He just fucking thonks on me. He knows what he's done. You know what you've done. You've been a bad boy. You've been a bad boy. Yo, this is a nice post. Nice post you have done here, my friend. Dude, I'm so glad Nvidia and AMD are just like realizing how dumb smart access memory is at this point. Because like
did AMD actually just
AMD's like, yo, smart access memory is big pog. You're gonna get the good gaming performance if you go Ryzen Radeon. And then Nvidia's like, alright bro, I mean like we already have this working on like all the different brands now. So like we're gonna do it too. And then AMD's like, alright guys, it's actually not proprietary. It's just only working on AMD hardware. So Keck W.
Do you think SLI is worse in 2020?
For some people, yes, but that group of some people is becoming smaller each year.
What are the requirements?
So let's say I buy a whole mess of parts for water cooling. Would I be able to send them to you so you can build it? First of all, that would be a pain in your ass and a pain in my ass, but mostly a pain in your ass because shipping it would take forever. Parts would probably get damaged in shipping. And how the fuck am I supposed to ship that back to you? You know how much it's going to cost for me to ship that back to you? It's going to be insane.
No, but no one cares. Are you?
Also, like I have other things to like tend to. So
I have a question.
I pay for the shipping, dude. something that big and that heavy and that delicate would be like hundreds of dollars in shipping. So like, don't do that. Do it yourself. Go to the water cooling Discord. Okay, half the fun in doing a custom loop is doing it yourself. So like,
right? We all like building a PC, but the cable management nowhere else. All right.
no,
I
not,
wish we could just
not the
finish
cable,
building
like
the PC.
looping is it's fun because it's like more planning than like most PC builds. It's legit just put the screw in the hole and follow the manual. Whereas, you know,
See, the more built video I see, the more I realize how much cables are
doing a
gonna be.
custom loop gives you like, you know, artistic freedom, you know, gives you some liberties.
Yeah, I know. That's why
Thank
don't
you,
use fitting for all
Spinning
the
Verbs and Gulade for the follows. So no budget option in new AMD GPUs tomorrow? Unfortunately not. The cheapest one is going to be $580. But
Should I get the
yeah.
6800 and 6800 XT for 1080p?
For 1080p, I would wait for a lower segment GPU to be released. Yeah.
Okay. So I should wait? Okay.
Yep. Because you have to remember that both of those
right now.
you have to remember that both of those GPUs are more powerful than the 2080 Ti. So that's just something to consider. And we never recommended the 2080 Ti for 1080p. So
Well, technically, do you know one of my friends in previous school? He spent $1,000 on 64 gigs of RAM and an SLI 2080 Ti.
how big can we expect sales to be Black Friday for GPUs? I don't expect them to be that significant this time around, especially on the new GPUs because they just came out. But I'm expecting to see some like old stock go down in price a lot. I'm hoping to see like, you know, specifically EVGA 2060 Supers and 2070s to go down in price a lot. So they're more viable for step up.
Agus.
Hi.
Agus.
I'm Agus. I'm almost doing.
Yes.
I'm also doing 3D rendering.
Okay.
In what program?
Blender.
Okay. Are you doing like any large renders or is this just kind of casual work?
It's like large renders.
Well, how long do your renders take to complete typically now?
Like a few hours.
I'd still go for like, wait, what hardware do you have right now?
A few days right now, actually. A few days.
A few days. Okay, what hardware do you have right now?
RX 5600 XT and a Ryzen 5 3600X.
Oof.
Okay, so you have some pretty recent stuff. Like you shouldn't see any need to upgrade here. So yeah, I'm thinking the issue might not be the hardware here. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, but every time I brush the stroke, like something's wrong. Like
yeah, I would try to troubleshoot your problem because you have some pretty like modern hardware that shouldn't really be struggling in what you're doing. So yeah.
Like my CPU just bottlenecks or something.
6 cores, pretty fast.
I don't know. I think my CPU and GPU are bottlenecking each other. Are they?
No, that shouldn't be the case.
Okay.
Yeah, I would do some troubleshooting. And will they sell out fast? Probably. I mean, if you're trying to get an AMD GPU tomorrow, yeah, good luck. Those things are probably going to sell out fast. I'm sure there's a very large supply of people who have a hate boner for Nvidia after what happened with 3000 series. So, those people are going to cause the same thing to happen to the 6000 series. Yeah. They are going to be the thing that they swore to destroy. That's what's going to happen.
I think it's my CUDA cores.
You don't have CUDA cores. You have an AMD GPU.
Yeah, that's why. That's the problem.
Okay.
I got a question.
Does Blender not support like rendering with AMD GPUs?
No, it should be. I just don't know.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware,
If it's
that should
accelerated or not.
work. Let me look this up real quick. We're gonna take a look here at blenderartists.org. My internet taking a shit? Okay, now we're good. But what do the results look like? Blender. Okay, apparently they had issues, so they didn't have any results. Okay, yeah, it looks like Blender rendering looks pretty normal in terms of performance hierarchy. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. All good. Well, what should we do now, fellows?
I don't know.
Should we invite more people? I don't know. Are there more people that need stuff? Okay.
I'm gonna upgrade my monitor then the.
Maybe I will invite more people. Or maybe I will go eat food. Or
Sleep.
dude, I woke up like 2 hours ago. Actually, no, I didn't. I was up. Should I take a nap? Actually, that might not be a good idea. My naps are always like, I say I'm gonna take a nap for like 3 hours, then I wake up like 3 days later, and it's like, yeah, I don't know why. Whenever I take a nap, like in the middle of the day or whatever, it ends up being longer than when I just go to sleep normally. I put this list together for 1440p gaming. GPU is supposed to be a 6800 XT. Any thoughts? Yeah. Let's see.
6800.
My thought is, yikes. That is my thought. And also, oh no. That's my thought.
I would choose a 6800 or a 5700 XT.
This is a big oh no. A big no. Okay? So just to quickly run through this, Ryzen 5000 may or may not be worth buying right now. I mean, it's not even available right now in the US, so there's that. And also, even if it was, $300 for a 6-core CPU, I don't know about that right now. X570 Unify is a nice board, but it's like 3 times more expensive than a board that you would equally appreciate, so that's a no. And that's assuming you're still going AMD. The RAM is ridiculously overpriced for a kit that has literally nothing special about it, actually. It's just a standard 3200C16 kit, so it's like $40 overpriced for that. SX8200 Pro is cringe for 130 per 1 terabyte. Yeah, I never understood, you know, the SX8200 Pro.
Get a P31. Like, come on.
Yeah, that and like the SX8200 Pro, people go crazy over this shit, and it's like, y'all are so late to this train. It's like the Model O thing, right? Like, there was maybe a reason to go crazy for the Model O, like maybe a year ago or longer, but like, it's been outclassed like several times. It's the same thing with the SX8200 Pro. It was one of those SSDs that kind of helped usher in the wave of cheaper consumer-focused NVMe drives with like the EX920 and the EX950 and all that stuff. But that was literally like early last year. Like, a lot of shit has happened since then, and that drive has not been worth touching for like maybe over a year now. And now people are going crazy over it. Like, I don't understand. Only now has it made it into like mainstream recommendations. It's just confusing to me. But anyways, yeah, drive is irrelevant. P500A is a nice case, but for 140, it's kind of a hard pill to swallow, my guy. I mean, unless you really, really like how that case looks, the Neo Air is a lot more juicy. A lot more juicy. RM850X is cool, but you know, RevDF, spend 15 less, be part of the cool Enermax gang. Plus, the Corsair doesn't have a shiny fan grill, okay? Whereas the Enermax does, and that's
got 10-year warranty. That's the only thing it's got going for it.
Dude, but the shiny fan grill though.
And no dust.
Dude, the shiny fan grill though, dude.
Oh.
Enermax shiny fan grill. That's poggers. Wait. Does the Enermax unit do like the DFR thing as well?
What do you mean by it?
Like where on startup it like spins backwards like really quickly for a bit?
No, I don't.
That'd be funny if they
so.
did that. Okay. That'd be cool actually. RevDF 850 is not available where I live, sadly. Wait. You don't live in the US? Why are you using US PC part picker? I got baited. No. And also that monitor is nice, but certainly not worth $500. You live in Switzerland, bro. Send me the Swiss sites, bro. Don't send me PC part picker. Send me the Swiss sites, bro. How much is the 3060 gonna cost, you think? Like 300 to 350-ish. Yeah. That is what I'm inclined to believe. My good friend. Hold on. I need to make sure my bit rate is still fine. Okay. Yeah, we're still good. Oh shit, there are 17 viewers. Nice. Foggers. No PC part picker for Switzerland. Digitech.ch is the main Swiss site I use. Okay. Okay. Okay, here's what I'll do, Shadewing. What time is it for you? You live in Switzerland, right? What time is it for you?
It's like 2 a.m.
It's fucking 2 a.m., dude? Oh, it's 12:30?
Midnight.
It's 0 hour 30. Okay. Wait, how do you even say that? Is it 0:30? Like, how do you use 24-hour notation?
Well, in German it would be 30. Or yeah, I guess that's fine.
0:30? Half past midnight? Okay. My 2060 KO arrived today. How do I set up the whole thing? Depends on what you already have in your system. But if you're like upgrading a GPU, you just unplug the unplug the GPU power cable. You unscrew the expansion slot cover screw thing that holds the expansion slot cover in, and then you lift the PCIe slot security latch and you pull that shit out, and that's it. And then to put it in, you just push it in and you know, put the screw in on the expansion slot cover, and then that's it, and then you're done. So okay, Shadewing, here's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna send you a form. It's a very poggers form. Do you really need postcode? No. Also, there's definitely cheaper boards with postcode. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna ask that you fill out that form. Okay, and I'm gonna take a nap. Okay, I'm gonna take a nap. Not set up the step up program. Oh, you said step up. Okay, I'm stupid. My bad. I'll send you the link. Here you go. Okay. It saved my old PC twice, so I'd like to have it. I mean, you could use like a speaker or something if it really gets that bad, or do you mind just having debug LEDs? Like, does it need to be a postcode? Or do you mind just having like debug LEDs that just show you what part is having a bad time? Should I DM the filled form to you? Just keep it saved somewhere. And I'll be back in like, let's say like 3 hours, hopefully. How do I send the form thingy to you? Just type it out. Just if you have to send it in Twitch chat and you can't use voice chat text, just type it out in like one line. You know, use commas to separate the important bits. So postcode is easiest. Yeah, but it's kind of a high price to pay. Yeah. I don't know. Troubleshooting can definitely be done without a postcode. I guess it is easier, but still. It's quite a high price to pay. I wish postcodes were cheaper, dude. I wish postcodes were fucking part of the ATX spec and they were like mandatory on every board. But
what you forgot was you wish ASRock actually had BIOS flashback.
That is what I meant to say. Yeah, sure. A B550 Extreme 4 Extreme Sag.
Yeah, that's how they could have
Extreme
differentiated the Extreme 4 and the Steel Legend more.
Yeah. We could have had something special. We could have been something, ASRock. What did you do? Does anyone have some reference build for Zen 3 and 6800 XT, even though it's not released yet? I mean, basically take any Zen 3 build that I've been working with and put a 6800 XT in there. And that's basically it. Like, the 6800 XT is not going to require anything special. I don't think its power is gonna be insanely crazy or anything.
I think the non-XT version has a power limit of 300 watts because of the 2 8-pins.
Yeah. So, yup. So yeah, Shadewing, fill that out. Discord Master, I guess I'll look at your list quickly. Decent list. Although, like, instead of the DS3H for 93, get the DS3H AC, which is the same board with Wi-Fi for like $10 less. Lol. RAM is fine, I guess, if you want red. MP33 is cool, but P1's like $15 less, so get the P1 instead. 5600 XT, especially that model for 300 is cringe. So get a 2060 from EVGA for like 350 and then step up. 350 is a shit price for a 2060, but you're stepping up, so it doesn't matter. MX331, I can kind of respect that case choice, but there's like a Focus G Mini that's like around that price. And although the MX331 Mesh X might have some other interesting things that I like, the Focus G comes with 2 stock fans that are pretty decent, so that kind of takes precedence. And the power supply is fine. So, decent build. Any part picker link? I'm kind of lazy, but I'll make something, I guess. Actually, now that I think about it, power supply, SSD, that sort of thing is going to be hard to template, so maybe not. And now they changed it. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, it's up concealed.
What's up?
The reason is the Tomahawk Max for like yeah, 3600 for 180 is just so it's so mid. It's not good. It's not horrible. It doesn't look very good, especially because the 10400/F is like 150 right now. If it were not 150, if it were back up to its normal price, I would say 3600 for 180 is okay. But it's weird seeing Intel as like the value option. It costs less. But here's how like things typically went. The 10400 was like 180, 190, 200-ish for quite some time. And the 3600 at Micro Center at least was regularly like 160. So 3600 was like a no-brainer. Like AMD was clearly better value. But now the roles have kind of reversed. 3600 has gone up to 200 almost everywhere. And at Micro Center, it's still only 180 and not any lower than that. And the 10400F has gone down to 150. And it's like basically invalidated the 3600 as of right now. And the Tomahawk Max is a fine board, but for 95, I'm assuming that's with the 20 off, which makes that a lot worse. If that's not with the 20 off, that doesn't look that bad.
It's with the 20 off.
Yeah, so that's pretty bad. Yeah, I thought that was without, and even without, that wouldn't have really been good.
Okay, so my priority again is like this is a build for Christmas, so I can't wait too long. And I also need it to be a Ryzen build.
Hold on. If you're waiting for Christmas, Christmas is December 25th, right? So you need this thing built by December 25th?
Yeah.
So you have time then. Yeah, I'd come back in like 2 weeks then. Yeah.
But so you think it will be that much cheaper and parts will still be in stock in 2 weeks? Because like, okay.
Yep.
Hey, Aegis.
Okay. Thanks.
So, what was it? I have a question not regarding, okay. It's this Linus Tech Tips guy. Who does he work for? He has like 20 different channels or something.
The CEO of his own media group.
Oh, okay. Just wondering.
Yeah, he owns the 20 different channels.
Yeah, it's Linus Media Group. It's named after him.
I've seen him on like Tech Quickie and so many.
Well, yeah,
he made all of those.
Tech Quickie, whatever.
Who does this guy work for? Why is he in all of these channels? He's a guest on all of them. He must have great connections.
Great connections.
All right, I'm done with the forum. Okay. I mean, I'll help you with the forum, but I'm gonna go take a nap.
What are your qualifications?
What are my qualifications? I am fluent in 2.5 languages. Okay. I can do at least 3 push-ups in a row. I know, impressive.
Oh, so you are a skinny boy.
I once drank 2-liter bottles of water. Not 2-liter. Sorry, I once drank 2 1-liter bottles of water, and yeah, there you go. Those are my qualifications.
I got a question for you guys.
No, you don't. I'm just kidding.
Alpha 6.
How
Thanks for the follow,
far
dude.
can I overclock a 3950X? Like, does it have a lot of overhead or?
Yeah,
or...
I'd say that 3950X is actually one of the only Zen 2 CPUs I would consider doing an all-core for, because a lot of the workloads that benefit from a 3950X are pretty parallel, and you would benefit from a manual all-core overclock, and you have high bin chiplets too, which means you can probably do like 4.6 all-core with high enough voltage. And I'm not talking like unsafe voltages. I'm saying like reasonable voltages, just high. Just be aware that the 3950X does have the potential to get very hot though once you start pushing high clocks. So, you have a sufficient cooler, then go for it.
Would a 280 millimeter cooler work, or do I need to?
With a sorry?
280 millimeter.
Depends on which one, but probably.
Okay.
Experience with overclocking in Z390 or Intel current series?
That's Z490.
Yeah, either one, because basically they're the same BIOSes all across the board.
I don't know if they're the same.
Pretty much. I mean, Gigabyte has the same basic functionality in the BIOS for Intel, right? As opposed to the one that they use on AMD. Different naming scheme.
I mean, basic functionality carries across most BIOSes, yeah, I guess. Are they the same?
You?
I don't know.
Have you overclocked an Intel lately, is what I'm
Yeah.
asking?
Yeah, I have.
Which one?
Z390.
Okay, which one?
Some of the Gigabyte Z390 boards, as well as
Okay. Good. That's good enough. I mean, I have a what is it? An Ultra Z390 Ultra
Aorus Ultra, yeah.
from Gigabyte.
Okay.
Yeah, Aorus Ultra.
Okay.
Okay. So a 9700K. What did you overclock? Which processor?
A 9700K, 9600K, and I think was it 9900KF or just regular? I think it was just regular 9900K.
Okay, so a few basic questions on the 9700K. What is it supposed to run at idle?
At idle?
At idle.
That depends on many different factors, and idle temperatures don't really matter.
Sure, it's just in a normal ambient delta over ambient, let's call it. Do you remember at least? I'm just curious
No,
if mine runs.
I don't ever measure idle temperatures, honestly.
Okay, and how did you cool it?
Which CPU?
The 9700K.
Oh,
in this instance.
It depends. Some customers wanted an AIO, some of them didn't.
Okay, on an AIO, I used what was it? Both a Dark Rock Pro 4, and a NCXT X52. Yeah, the 240 millimeter. So what was it supposed to run at in terms of top temps?
Dude, I have no idea, because it depends on what voltages you're using. Depends on what clock speeds you're using. It even depends on your specific CPU sample. Like, I don't know.
I know. I'm just trying to get a rough idea on the default, let's say, or a baseline. Right?
Dude, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Like, I can give you an estimate. Like, a Dark Rock Pro 4 shouldn't really have trouble cooling a 9700K at reasonable voltages. Same thing with an X52. The X52 might get a little bit louder.
What would you call it the reasonable voltage? 135?
1.35 is the upper area of what I would consider reasonable, yeah.
It's the top of the reasonable area.
Yeah.
On air cooling, at least.
Definitely.
Right? On water cooling, you could go a bit higher.
Yeah, if you can keep your temps below like 80C, yeah, you can go higher than 1.35.
And what would be the what was I going to ask? I forgot my question.
Nice.
Yeah. No.
Can I send this form to you? I just finished it. I'm gonna take a nap pretty soon, so keep that form on you, and when I come back, send it to me then.
one last thing I want to ask. What was the top frequency you could get on one at 135 or close to 135?
I think it was 5.1. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but this is Prime
Stable-
95. This is Prime 95.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. On Prime 95 with AVX
Yep.
or without an AVX offset.
with a without AVX offset.
Without AVX.
Yeah, with
Okay.
AVX offset, I'm pretty sure you could push higher, but I didn't bother testing.
No, but it's plenty high at 5.1.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Thanks for the info.
Yep.
Cheers.
No problem, dude. Preferably now, but waiting a few weeks is possible. Yeah, I'd wait a few weeks then if you can. Yeah, good spot. Good links. Okay, hold on to that form. I'm gonna take a nap. I try my best. Yeah, thanks, dude. Are there any flat 144 Hz gaming monitors you can suggest? Yeah, for 1080p, all the ones we recommend are flat, basically. So that's good. At 1440p, all the ones we recommend are flat too. So you're kind of set here. 1080p, 144. Let's see. That'd be like G241, PX248 Prime. That's a good choice right now. Pretty good. And then 1440p. What do we got? G27Q. There you go. I'm pretty sure that one's flat, right? Flat. Curved? No. Yeah. Okay. G27Q. There you go. There are your base recommendations to follow. M1 kind of pog, especially GPU. Kinda pog. Okay, buddy. Kinda pog. Extreme pog would be a better descriptor here. Are you gonna be around tomorrow? Not sure I'll be awake after your nap. Yeah, I'm here basically every day. Usually I don't sorry, my brain's malfunctioning because I'm sleep deprived. Usually I don't stream at this time. Usually I stream like 6-7 p.m. Pacific, but I might make an effort to pull my stream earlier. BG248QG, we definitely don't recommend that monitor typically. Thank you, Gander, for the follow. Not Extreme Pog because it's Apple and it's not going to be anywhere else. It's Extreme Pog from an engineering perspective, okay? Just the sheer feat of everything involved in that processor is just insane. So yeah, Apple Silicon, pretty amazing. Pretty big pog. Hold on. What is this? I mean, yes, but
I would
also
say-
Apple, so meh. Okay, you're meh.
I would say good on the G7 Odyssey, by the way. Most of Samsung stuff lately has been awesome in terms of monitors.
G7O is like the only monitor that actually has its specs, so it doesn't really have any competitors, even if it was bad. So yeah, there's no other 1440p 240 monitors right now.
And it's nanocell, if I remember correctly, right? It's new tech.
No, it's not nano IPS. That would be an LG technology. It is.
They have micro LED?
Sorry?
What does Samsung have? They have
They
micro
call
LED
it
or
QLED.
some shit like that.
No, they don't do micro LED. Micro LED is in development right now, but they call it QLED. Yeah, it's QLED.
No. By the way, dude, if you'd be willing to take money, I would really appreciate you helping me overclock the 9700K because it's giving me headaches.
I don't
instability
really
at
specialize
5 gigahertz.
in overclocking, but if you
Any
head to our
tips
overclocking
gigabyte?
channel and you wait for someone named Ixa to show up, they can help you out. Yeah.
Could you spell that? The username?
IXXA. Yeah. I don't know if they're active these days. I mean, they're usually active, so I hope they're still here. Yeah.
That's awesome. Any special tips that I should look for?
Not that I can think of.
Because the gigabyte BIOS is shit. I mean, it's awful.
it's not that welcoming. Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
Not really. No, not really that I can think of. Yeah.
much.
I'm assuming you've done the typical, which is like LLC and like current limits and stuff like that. Yeah.
No, I'm at my 4th watch through at Buildzoids on Buildzoids videos. So and I'm having that many headaches with it. Yeah.
Don't ask Brutus, else he'll break your hardware. Why are we cyberbullying Brutus? Okay, Brutus is nice. Okay, he's a nice boy. We can't just cyberbully him like this. Okay. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Oh, this is actually 3.5 hours long. Pretty long stream. So I'll probably stream later today if I remember to wake up. Actually, that's not how my brain works, but yeah, I hope you guys got your questions answered. And oh god, tomorrow's stream is gonna be so hectic. We're gonna be talking about the new AMD GPUs. There's gonna be a lot of shit to talk about tomorrow. Oh boy, I'm kind of excited and kind of scared. Yep, we're gonna do that thing where we develop a take instantly, and we're gonna stick to it, even if it's wrong. No, I'm kidding. My takes are always correct, even upon impact. Okay. So I'll see you guys in a couple hours. Hopefully I wake up. Oh, actually, hold on. I think somebody has a question. Can you answer the question I asked a few minutes ago? That'd be great before you end stream. Okay, sure. Hey man, if you can answer this for me, it'd be great, as it's the final part of the build I'm trying to decide. Should I go for the B450 Tomahawk Max or the B450 3600? Go for a cheaper board. Go for an even cheaper board. Here, motherboard. B450, B550. PC part bigger, lagging right now.
Could you share your Twitch link, by the way?
Yep.
If you stream on Twitch.
Yep. It should say on purple right now. So I would go for, if you need Wi-Fi, Bazooka Max Wi-Fi for 100 is pretty decent. I wish Pro 4 was back down to 65. Ooh, this is tough. This is kind of tough. I definitely wouldn't go Tomahawk Max or B550 MDS3H though. Yeah, just do Bazooka Max Wi-Fi, honestly. Just Bazooka Max Wi-Fi. I'll ping you to wake up. How long are you napping? Dude, that's not gonna wake me up, trust me. Like, I can fucking set an alarm and it doesn't wake me up sometimes. The alarm just plays through to max volume and I just sleep straight through it. Okay. Well, hopefully a couple hours. Yeah. I'll see you guys in a couple